$95.7 The Fox, Scooter and the Hog in the morning. Can I get a suey? Suey. Oh, beautiful. What a beautiful suey.
Sweet, 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 baby.
Hello to our lovely, wonderful, life-sustaining patrons. How are you guys doing today? I hope the answer is well. At the very least, well.
I love this comment, dude. Why must we always be scammed? Why?
You knew what you were signing up for, man. Come on.
It's not a question of why. It's a question of how. How must I be scammed?
Yeah.
Why?
How are we able to scam you?
Yes.
Over and over and over again. No. It's not oink. It's a suey. Come on.
People getting rowdy already out there, huh?
It's 8 a.m. in New Zealand. Oh, wow.
I wouldn't be up.
Yeah, me neither.
It's like, it's 8 a.m. here in New Zealand. Oh, well, I'd be asleep. I wouldn't be catching this.
It's like the middle point of my night of rest.
So I guess we got to, you know what, Paul, we got to change the time of the show so it's like noon in New Zealand. We got to make it as convenient for people in New Zealand, our biggest market, as possible.
Yeah, our largest market over there, the Kiwis.
Like, it's funny when you look at our like statistics, you'll see stuff like that from New Zealand. It's like, you got 83 listens in New Zealand. It's like, wow. I wonder if someone from New Zealand found out about our little weird podcast. Like, that's strange. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we got a cornucopia of cringe for you today. We got news, we got crazy videos, and I got a little special something at the end of the show that I'm not going to tell anybody about.
Cool.
Little special something. Let's just say it's practice. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
So yeah, let me get the screen shared. We can dive right into this week's shitty news.
Wow.
Wow.
Gonna be insultive to me. You know what? You're in timeout.
Yep. Time him.
Next time, I expect praise for me and Paul and an insult for TJ Payton.
Yep. What a Tajika fan, man.
Seriously.
5-minute timeout too. Damn. Peyton got scorched. Scorched.
5 minutes, man. Because you know what? Because it insulted me. It was insultive. You know, we're doing this show for Peyton. Where's TJ? He's kicking his fucking fat, lazy fucking feet up right now. So fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck him in the ear. So it looks like old Joey is making good, at least partially, on one of his campaign promises. Shocking that it's happening so close to the midterms.
Yeah, coincidence for sure.
Yeah, definitely a total coincidence that this is getting rolled out just before the midterms kick off. But Biden cancels $10,000 in federal student loan debt for most borrowers. So let's see what's happening. He announced Wednesday he'll forgive $10,000 in federal debt for most borrowers, fulfilling a campaign pledge and delivering financial relief to millions of Americans. Biden will cancel up to $20,000 for recipients of Pell Grants, he also said in a tweet Wednesday. The relief will be limited to Americans earning under $125,000 a year, or $250,000 for married couples or heads of household. So this is actually going to help Amelia and I out a little bit.
Oh, nice.
She doesn't have a ton, but she's got a little bit of student debt on her docket. This should cancel most of it.
Fuck, dude, I'm glad. I don't think I wish I had to pay to go to college to begin with. So
yeah,
I'm in that mode.
And the sad thing about it is that, you know, one might think that this is like a move towards doing this, like doing what you said, like maybe demonetizing college, but it's not. This will be something that's probably a one and done and won't be done for another decade or more, if it's ever done again.
Well, remember in the Build Back Better bill, free community college was proposed under that. So, I mean, that would have saved people billions upon. I mean, like, definitely not enough of a measure where it's like, I think that's enough, but That would actually be progress in my mind. Progress is not doing this. It's like, well, when you went into debt, we're gonna forgive like a little bit of it. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, thanks. I guess it's better than nothing, but a half measure at best.
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep in mind $10,000 for a lot of people is just a drop in the bucket when it comes to how much student debt they're in. There are people that are 60, 70, 80, $90,000 in student debt, and so 10 grand. I mean, look, I'm not going to turn my nose up at if I'm in that kind of debt, but it's definitely not
Right.
going to take the pressure off of you.
I don't think about any sort of like, I mean, like any field that you're gonna have to go to have long-term education. Like I'm gonna go into engineering, or I'm gonna be a doctor, or I'm gonna be a lawyer, or any of these other things. Like the amount of debt you have to go into to do those things, unless you're already wealthy, is astonishing. So,
Yeah.
Some degree programs, depending on the school you go to, yeah, that could be a lot, but in a lot of cases, it's going to be a little. So,
yeah, in quite a few cases, it's going to be a little. Timothy Finch, ouch, dude, that's gotta suck. Joined the military to help with student debt relief, only to have Biden cancel it out from under you. Yeah, that's a shame, soldier. He's also extending this payment pause, which is another thing they've been doing to jerk people that don't have any money right now in this horrible economy around. They keep like, well, maybe we'll extend it. Like the deadline keeps coming up, keeps creeping up. Like there's no way for people to know whether or not they're going to have a huge bill come at them next month or whatever, because he just waits till the last second to announce another extension. He's claiming this is one final time that they're extending the payment pause on student debt.
One more time. Just go ahead and vote for me. Because remember, I paused it one more time for you.
Yep. So there you go. I mean, look, dude, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna be totally nasty.
Yeah, you're not against it, of course.
Yeah, this is good. I mean, you can't. It's better than if he hadn't done it, but it definitely doesn't feel like the campaign promise of canceling all student debt. You know what I mean? He says here in his tweet, "In keeping with my campaign promise, my administration's announcing a plan to give working and middle class families breathing room as they prepare to resume federal loan payments." So that's not, I don't remember that being the campaign promise. We're going to give you breathing room before your giant loan payments start again. I don't think that was it, but
I like how they're just really like they even say we're preparing you to come back to paying us. Like, just look, it paused for a while. Midterms were coming up. After midterms, you got to pay again. Sorry.
Yeah. Alex is in the zone here. Takes my undergrad student debt from $27K down to $7K since you received the Pell Grant. So it's huge for you. Yeah. I mean, this is definitely going to be a big deal for quite a few people. So it's a good thing. Definitely, as Scotty said, a half measure when it comes to the overall problem of crushing student debt.
Financing your education when the cost compared to even inflation. I mean, even people talk about like inflation. Like even when inflation was running low, I mean the cost of college was going up exponentially. That's why you had a lot of people like this disconnect generationally, where like baby boomers and shit would be like, college isn't expensive because there was so much state funding for them to go. It was like $50 a credit. Yeah. Now it's looking at it's like $1,000 a credit, and it's like, huh? Like, so there's just in their minds like college is cheap. That you're just being lazy. Yeah. But the reality is that the cost have increased so much at certain colleges, and just doing that. I mean, it's like, and also if you're going to be a student, it's going to be very difficult for you to work and be a student. You know what I mean? So that's another issue with that. I mean, a lot of people have to do it, obviously, but it's like that's such a balancing act. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's so difficult. So it's like, even if you have to do that, you should not have to also be worried about paying for the cost of school or significant cost. It was like $50 or something, whatever. But I mean, we're talking about fucking tens of thousands of dollars. Yep. Like you said, there's cases like, we just point out some in the chat, like, hey, this has helped me immensely. So yeah, there's obviously good from it,
I have not seen the new trailer for Dark Tide, but I will tell you that when it does come out, I think me and Scotty and Stevie are all gonna get together and do a little streaming with Stevie, maybe on his channel.
Dude, he's got to stream with us, man. Because you know what? I love Stevie to death, but if we do it just with Stevie, he'll have 3 viewers. And I mean, I love Stevie, but I think we can bring a bit of a wider audience. Stevie will benefit from it, though. Mm-hmm. I was mad at him because he was doing good on his channel. Then he slacked. Now he's back to the bottom again. I'm like, Stevie, you can't slack on your channel, dude. You want to do it? You got to keep going full throttle, man.
Yep. Got to keep doing. I popped in on one of his streams a couple of weeks ago, I think, and was chatting with him over there. And yeah, he needs to keep it going, though.
Keep it going, Stevie. Don't make excuses.
Defeated GOP extremist Laura Loomer. I'm not conceding because I'm a winner. Oh, I didn't see this shit coming.
No.
Yeah, this is just Trumpism happening again. Extremist Laura Loomer lost the Florida GOP primary challenge against House incumbent Dan Webster on Tuesday, but she didn't quite see it that way. I guess we got a clip.
Yeah. Oh, it's horrible, dude. I'm not hearing the audio.
Are you hearing anything?
I'm not hearing anything. Are you?
Okay. I guess not.
Oh, dude, you know what you did it? You probably didn't click the tiny share audio tab. It's like this big.
Button. There we go. Let's see what she says here.
I'm not conceding because I'm a winner, and the reality is our Republican Party is broken to its core. What we have done tonight has really honestly shocked the nation. We have further exposed the corrupt.
You know what? If everything is so corrupt and rigged and everything, when they win, why don't they refuse to take the position? You know what I mean? I'm not taking this position because our system is corrupt. It's only corrupt when they lose, you know?
Right. Well, of course. You know, I mean, they're just following the playbook that everyone's using now, set forth by Donald Trump. And now it's going to be used internationally. It's just like, I didn't lose the election. They rigged it. But if they win, it's like, well, then it was a fair election because I won. Like, which one is it?
The chick that handcuffed herself to Twitter HQ because she got banned, but nobody cared, so she had to have somebody yeah, that's Laura Loomer.
That sounds about right. I don't know that for a fact, but I want to believe it regardless.
I remember that story.
Okay, so Paul remembers.
Yeah,
that's great.
I guess she
within our own feckless, cowardly Republican Party, and that is exactly the reason why. Right, I decided to run against the Rhino Republican, Daniel Webster. Do you not think Daniel Webster?
Well, I guess they want the Rhino do nothing. I guess that's what.
Yeah.
They need open primary systems. They're sure about that in Alaska, and even if you talk about voting, it's like they have these like small closed primaries in most states. Like, man, let it be a fucking free for all, dude. Let the top like 4 or 5 whatever get in, and then you can vote in the general election. You know,
no, they don't want that shit.
Oh, of course not. But
that would be closer to the will of the people, and they want people to, you know, have limited choice and to be able to rig their own primaries, which is what they do. Because she's not telling a lie here. Our
it was stacked
electoral system is rife with fraud and cheating and gerrymandering and you know, spending deficits and everything else that make it an unfair.
It's not even with voting. See, that's the funny thing is, you're right. It's all the conditions around voting. It's not the actual voting itself, but that doesn't matter because people are so largely apathetic in America that, like, I think that's the biggest fucking fallacy I almost see with the reason. It's like, no, it's the voting itself that people are cheating. It's like a little bit, but it's been researched and documented so well that, like, it really isn't a bunch of voter fraud. Yeah. It's like you're talking about. It's gerrymandering. It's purging voter rolls. It's making sure people don't have time to vote or making it inconvenient and doing everything around it. That's really what it's about. It's not about the actual fucking voting process. And even if you do vote, there's 2 parties that control who you're voting for. So it's like people act like they like, oh man, it's rigged. It's like it was already rigged before you went to the polls. That's the point. You know what I mean? Yes. Like, the vote itself is not what's being rigged. You don't understand that.
They don't have to rig the vote because they've collapsed they've collapsed your choices down to the 2 people that they want you to have the choice. They've removed the power of your vote via, you know, redistricting and gerrymandering and shit. So yeah, I mean,
that's what they don't get, you know. And occasionally someone breaks through the system, like you have the AOCs of the world, but then it's just like the system is designed to deal with people like that. It's like, okay, well, you're one person, so what power do you really have?
I mean, look at what it did. I mean, the system deals with people like that, the couple that do sneak in here and there, by basically turning them to the dark side. You know, I wish there was a less nerdy analogy, but you know, look at what happened to AOC. You know, largely ineffectual in all of the things that she campaigned on, and is now, when it comes to voting record, pretty much indistinguishable from the Democratic establishment that she was elected to challenge. So
yeah, I mean, even the one of the few politicians I've ever had any respect for Bernie Sanders. Like, he still has to play ball with the Democrats. I mean, even if he votes against them, it's like, even if you're like, you're still in any sort of political office, you're like, no, I'm going to go against the mainstream. Then you're just crazy. Oh, he's the crazy guy. He's crazy.
Bernie.
He doesn't know anything. He's way out there. They almost like him to be, or people like him to be in the party, just a couple. So then it's like, see, that's what happens if, we're not here.
Yeah.
Is the Looney Tune is here. Ooh! Same thing with this woman. They like people like this running because then it's like they seem reasonable by comparison. Like, look, she says she wants to execute gay people. I just want to persecute them. Like, oh, okay, that's what a sensible position. They just want to persecute them legally. She wants to use extrajudicial violence and kill them. Wow, really good job. Yeah, we're really making progress here.
Laura Loomer, by the way, was one of the names that was bandied about when that story was circulating about how the DNC is spending money to help advertise for crazy Trumper candidates because they think that they'll be easier to beat. Which,
I mean, sometimes I think that does work, but eventually you're going to get people that are crazy, and we've already seen it with the Marjorie Taylor Greenes, Lauren Boebert. We have a bunch of these politicians that literally do nothing. I haven't heard them introduce one bill that made any sense or it was actually a critical issue. It's like the anti-trans or evil bill. It's like, okay, well, what's this supposed to do?
Yeah. I guess she started crying. It says Loomer in tears blamed fraud. We're losing our country to big tech election interference. Yeah, it's not big tech that's doing it. I mean, they might be doing their fair share, but it's the parties that are interfering in the direct elections. And I'm pleading with the Republican Party to please start taking this issue seriously because the American people deserve representation. She gave no reason for the allegation. So gave no example.
I lost. That's the reason. We all know the reason. It didn't win. Make me a congresswoman first. It's like, that's not how it works.
Loomer, a self-proclaimed white nationalist and Islamophobe who suggested the Buffalo supermarket shooting was set up by Democrats, got closer than many expected on Tuesday. In 2020, the Donald Trump-backed Loomer won a GOP primary but lost the general election in a landslide. So, yep. This is the type of like I don't know. This is the type of crazy that I would think you would want to just put an exclamation point on it, not like infuse them with advertising and shit.
Well, swear fealty, right? I mean, because that's the only real. Let's be honest. These people can spout whatever they want. Donald Trump doesn't care what these people say. So if it's like it's just a test of like, oh, does she have loyalty to the right politicians? Yes. Okay, then she could run. That's all it is. It's like you can say whatever other shit you want. Because I mean, at this point in America, if you listen to the people that listen to this garbage, the people that are like influenced by people like her, I mean, they're dumber than bricks, dude. It's like you hear them. It's like they can't even like. You see the videos online where they go and troll these people, like, tell me about your position. They'll be like, it'll just be nonsense. It'll literally be gobbledygook falls out of their fucking mouths, and you're just like, what the fuck is this? Like, I see why you fall for this shit because like literally your critical thinking skills are just non-existent.
Dude, I didn't pull it because it was, it was a while ago that I saw this, but I remember seeing that, like, after this Trump investigation that's going on and shit, there are a bunch of people that are like camped outside of Mar-a-Lago with signs in support. And dude, if you look at those people, they are like the biggest collection of skags and skeezers that you've ever fucking seen. Not a Trump, free Trump.
Like, what?
Just a bunch of fucking scallywags that look like they just fucking scurried off of a pirate ship or some shit. You know what I mean? They're filthy, ugly as a homemade sin.
Trump is the greatest leader we ever had. Yes, I love Trump. It's like, whoa, what are you doing? Why do you exist? Like meth head, Trump gay pen out Trump. It's like, wow.
I was just like, man, dude, can you imagine this being what you're up to? You know what I mean? Because can you imagine, like, you got some time to do something and you're going to travel.
Oh, remember he told them to stay off his lawn, too? There was like a thing like, look, the president loves everybody. You guys are terrific people, but, just give me your money and don't come by Mar-a-Lago. We have nice, important people coming here. I live here. I don't want riffraff out my window. It's like, that's what it is. Because that's what this is what happened. Trump looked out his window and saw one of the scallywags you're talking about. Is like, no, wrong. No, look, support me from afar.
Oh, like that's the great thing about it is they all love him because he gasses them up at his rallies and says, "I love you. You're the greatest people. Listen, I know people. You're the most fantastic people. Iowa. Oh, I love you." But he wouldn't spend fucking 2 seconds in the same room with one of these fucking pigpen motherfuckers, dude.
Fuck no.
He couldn't care less. He, like, it's just so easy.
They're an ATM. Like, he gets money from these people, dude. Like
Yep.
I maybe a year ago or two, I signed up for the Trump text message list, dude, and I've never been harassed more in my life for money by anybody. Like, I'm talking debt collectors included, people where it's all like, you didn't pay us, so we're gonna go after you for money. And I'm like, I'll never pay you because that's how I feel about debt. It's like, fuck you, I'm not paying this debt. Like, I don't give a shit. I don't feel some moral responsibility for debt. Shocking to do a show like this and I feel that way, but like they fucking hound me all the time. It's like just constant, like, buy this book, buy this mug, do this, do that, give us money, give us money. It's like every day they're asking for money.
Well, I've seen
It's
how they do it
insane.
too. Like you can tell it's aimed at old people because they'll
100%.
send you like messages like, "Hey, Donald Trump has noticed that you haven't supported him on this. And this is your last chance to support." It's just like, what? But
Oh
that
my
works.
God.
The type of high pressure salesmanship or whatever works.
Trump gold card. Your offer activated.
Oh my God, a Trump gold card. Get the fuck
So
out.
how much they want from me? Let's see. How much? Okay, so active. Oh, look, Paul, look what I can get.
What is that?
Official Trump gold card.
Oh wow, how beautiful that is, man. How have you not signed up for that already, Scott?
Oh, and look, the first. So then it shows you here. I'm trying to get it in focus, guys. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
look, 45. But look what's dancing.
Yeah, that's the recommended amount for you to give there, $250.
That's
No
what it's all
thanks.
about. That's 100% what it's about.
It's all about the cash.
And
Cash.
they do
money.
that. They do this gold card thing. They tell you America's like gonna be like in big trouble. Oh, dude, they freaked out when the MAGA raid happened. I got some really ominous ones. Then it's all like Trump under attack and shit. I'm like, oh my God.
I'm sure they're doing that again with the investigation and everything that he's facing. Help protect Donald Trump because he protects you.
Yeah, if Trump's not in office in 2024, America's in big trouble. Democrats and socialists will have taken over by then.
Yeah,
It's like,
Andrew,
really?
you're not missing anything, by the way, just to let you know. Unless you're a huge Disney fan, you're not missing anything about Florida.
I've been to Florida many times, and yeah, I mean, there's good things about Florida, but the bad outweighs the good significantly, if we're being honest.
Yep. Got a little strike going on here. Love to see it. Details scarce as teachers union Columbus City schools go back to the bargaining table.
It's funny because obviously me and TJ, I mean, Paul and you visited, we lived in Columbus for, a number of years. And so it definitely caught my attention. And it's like, I'm reading about this and it was like, oh, this, like the school district or wherever they're negotiating with, it's like, this is our best and final offer. It's like, all right, well, we'll strike then. And it's like, oh, now they're back at the table. Wait, I thought they already gave their best offer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to go to Disney World, come to California and go to Disneyland because it's got the best version of most of the rides at Disney World.
Disneyland's awesome too. Yeah.
Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean is way better. Like I've ridden them both.
It's true.
Pirates of the Caribbean is way better at Disneyland. The Haunted Mansion is way better at Disneyland. You got to do them all. I mean, I guess the Haunted Mansion is almost equivalent. That one was pretty good.
That one's pretty similar, but dude, with the Pirates of the Caribbean one, Disneyland beats it because you get to come down the slide, the waterfall thing, and then there's a restaurant.
Yeah, it's way better. It's just
Which is cool.
all around better.
Yeah, I always like that shit. That's a cool ass ride to have a restaurant. See, the one in Florida doesn't have that. So yeah, I mean, I really do enjoy Disneyland.
Thousands of Columbus City school students were asked Wednesday to log into classes remotely for their first day of school as members of the Columbus Education Association entered their third day of striking. Well, if they're striking, how are kids getting remote classes? Who's teaching?
I guess administrators and shit are having to step in, probably substitutes.
Oh man, I got to tell you what, man, if that is true and they're making administrative level people teach classes, they hate that shit.
Oh yeah.
They don't want to do fucking shit, dude. When I worked for the school district, it was so rare to find a principal or above that gave a fuck and wanted to do anything other than sit in their fucking office and watch YouTube and sip fucking coffee all day. That's what they would do. They don't like anything that makes them have to walk around the campus or visit a classroom, and certainly don't want to be filling in for any fucking teachers.
Oh, dude, I just have nothing but contempt for school administrators. I mean,
You
I'm sure
should.
there's some good ones. I mean, I'm not going to say they're all bad, but I think by and large, your experience is the correct one.
Yeah, there are, I did know a couple of administrators that were invested in their students and in the school at large, and that worked really hard, and that, like what you would expect. They were there before the teachers showed up and there after the teachers left.
Oh,
working
dude,
hard to try and make
there was a
things happen.
principal at the school I went to in Baton Rouge that was like that. It was like literally just this woman was there like before the teachers like left. It was like literally like went to bed like super early. Like she wanted to be up and doing stuff for the school. But yeah, then but there's so many I've had where it's like total prick, total asshole, doesn't give a fuck. They're just there to collect their $200,000, and people don't realize how much school principals make. It's like there's a stark divide between the school administration and the teachers. And it's like, oh, we have no money for that. Then the fucking principal rolls up in a fucking Mercedes Benz. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the way it is. It's currently running real slow, Ashley Shepard said of the district's virtual learning system around 10 a.m. One of 9 city recreation centers serving this week as student support centers. I guess Barack Community Center. That's because so many babies are trying to log in at the same time. Babies?
Babies, I don't know.
They're babies.
My little baby. It's like, so we got some infants going online to go to their class. Fuck. It's starting to get even younger, dude.
My 2 kids have been trying to log in since 7 o'clock this morning, and it's not going very well. Yeah, I can imagine it isn't. If there's not funding to pay the teachers properly, something tells me that the online shitty system that they've got set up isn't great as well. Prior to Wednesday, district officials had said about 600 substitutes had been tapped to take the place of more than 4,000 teachers. Why are we calling them, not calling them what they are? They're scabs.
Yeah, the scab is coming in. Yeah. No.
600 scabs have been tapped to take the place of more than 4,000 teachers, librarians, nurses, and counselors, psychologists. Oh my God.
Give me a fucking break. They're not a substitute. That's not that, a substitute is something of like equal quality or value or whatever, however you want to determine that. But that's what a substitute is. A substitute is not someone that just comes in. It's a warm body to stand over some kids and give them coloring sheets. That's not a substitute.
I guess this is the first time that they've been on strike since 1975 over there in Columbus. Meanwhile, parents and students across the district were forced to decide whether to cross the virtual picket line.
No, I wouldn't. If it was me, I wouldn't do it. Fuck that. No, like the only way this shit changes is through shit like this. So I would never in 1,000 years even consider it.
So, according to the district, the latest offer proposed by the Columbus City Schools Board of Education includes wage increases for all CEA members, guaranteed raises of 3% each year for the next 3 years. So, that's 9% over 3 years.
Yeah.
And $2,000 per CAA member retention and recruitment bonus. Fixing air conditioning and heating issues.
Yeah, man. Dude, their best offer is literally like, we'll fix the shit that we already should have done.
Yeah, we'll do shit that we're already supposed to be doing for the comfort and just teachability of students. We'll fix the air conditioning in your classroom, okay, if you come back. It's like that shouldn't even be part of the bargaining. That should be taken care of. Smaller class sizes, grades K to 5. It needs to be all the way up, but whatever. Class sizes for kindergarten through 5th grade will begin to be reduced in 2022-23 with no classes of more than 28 students, and class sizes will continue to be cut until the maximum class size is 27. I mean, this is a step in the right direction, but once again, it's only including K through 5.
Yeah.
And class sizes are enormous in middle school and high school as well. And 28 kids is an overloaded class.
Oh yeah, by far.
No joke. I mean, not as overloaded as some of the class sizes even that I saw when I was doing it. I mean, I saw like 50-1 classes, which is insane. 50 students, one teacher.
And it sucks for everyone in that situation because there's no way that fucking teacher can handle that. And if you're talking about high school, like if you're talking about high school level shit, if it's 50 to 1 and they have 6 classes or 5 classes, that's like basically like a university professor at that point. But that's a totally different setting. You know, university or college is more driven by you, whereas at high school and these lower levels, it's driven by the teacher. So that's not going to fucking work.
Yep. I guess they're offering up paid leave for new parents, which is something that a lot of school districts already have baked in. So
I mean, that's got to be there for everyone. That should be a law. That shouldn't even be something that has to be negotiated yet again. But I mean, if you have to negotiate it, then yeah, they need it. They 100% need it.
For the birth parent and the case of adoptions and foster placements, the teacher may take up to 30 days of leave. Much of that paid leave can be taken out without using sick leave. Much of it, all of it. You shouldn't be dipping into your fucking sick leave for having a child.
No, not at all.
Hiring 25 additional full-time nurses, behavioral specialists, school psychologists, and speech language pathologists.
Hey, you need one.
Yeah, maybe I do. You're right.
No, that's a critical resource for these schools because, you know, I mean, this helps a lot of kids, and a lot of kids come to schools with problems, and, you know, saying they don't have the help now, that's not acceptable. And that's basically what it's saying. It's saying that teachers are having to play this role even when they're not qualified to.
Yeah. I mean, the school is a stopgap for kids that have emotional problems and shit because they don't get help at home. And more planning time for teachers, giving them a day dedicated to planning with students not in schools for each of the 2023-24 school years. So just one day. Yeah.
That should just be a given that they have days to plan lessons.
The union is seeking functioning HVAC systems in the schools. So once again, they want to be able, you know, not be sweating balls all fucking day.
Or the heating. I mean, that's a big issue. I mean, Columbus is pretty fucking cold in the winter. It gets down like 20 degrees. And if that's not properly heated, that's going to be miserable for everybody.
Yeah. Smaller class sizes, full-time art, music, and physical education teachers. So they're trying to bring back the arts, which is something that has been slowly but surely eliminated from the curriculum. More planning time for teachers, a cap on the number of class periods in the day, and other working conditions that recruit and retain the best educators for out students. I'm not sure exactly what they're talking about there. Earlier in the negotiation, CEA was asking for an 8% increase at each step of the salary scale for 2022, 23, 24, and 25, according to a copy of the unfair labor practice charge the school board filed against the union on August 3rd and obtained by the dispatch. So this is just, you know, it sounds like it's been pretty rancorous over there that they're filing unfair hiring practices against the teachers that are out on strike.
Yeah, fuck them.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if I was a parent in this school district, I don't think I would have my kids going to school. I don't think I would be setting them down in front of my computer to cross the digital picket line or whatever the fuck. You got to stand in solidarity with the people that are going to be taking care of your kids almost as much, if not more, than you during the school year.
I mean, 100%, dude. This, you know, that you can't, and like I said, I wouldn't either. There's no sense in it. They've been unfair to these teachers. What their demands do not seem unreasonable to me. You know, the only time I would question that if the demands were ridiculous or extraneous or just over the top, and it's like saying like livable wage, that's not crazy. Dedicated planning time, dedicated support staff to make the school run well. That's not, none of that's like, oh my God, why would they want that? That all makes perfect sense. The school district fighting it is ridiculous. They're wasting everyone's time because they know that if the teachers walk out, they have no power. They're going to have to give them what they want because they've already done it. The teacher unions have been very successful, and you've seen it with getting what they want because at the end of the day, if they walk out, let these people take care of their kids then if they don't want to deal with it. If they don't want to give these people what they need to do the job successfully, because there's things that you need to be successful to be a teacher, and that's all they're asking for.
Yeah. Let me I'm just going to take a look what a superintendent makes on average. What?
Oh, you know, they make a ton. Probably around, I would guess, $150,000 to $200,000 a year. Probably depends on the school district, though.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be more, but we'll see.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't be shocked if you're like, it's 250,000.
So it says here on salary.com, which I'm not sure how,
Authoritative that
yeah.
is, yeah.
But it says the median is 170,000 a year.
Ooh.
And the top 90th percentile is $237,000 a year.
Jesus, dude.
So
230. So if you're the top administrative level of your profession, you're making almost 200. You're making $250,000 a year, essentially.
I don't think any of the people that are in administration in a school district should make $1 more than a teacher. They're no more useful than a fucking teacher. So why are you paying them more? They're paper pushers. They're sign offers. You know what I mean? That's all they do.
Yeah.
So that's not nowhere near even as important as a teacher. So I think that their like salaries for administrative people should be locked to the upper salary bracket of a fucking teacher, and that's that. And that would probably ensure that the people that take those jobs actually care about kids rather than surfing around looking for better offers like a lot of these superintendents do.
Oh, of course.
They stay for a year, start to institute some positive changes, and then they get headhunted and taken to another district, and you got to start all over again. Fucking garbage. Biden. Oh, yeah. Let's have a war.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Biden's doing all this stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, killing some people overseas. All right.
Yep. So in addition to some student debt cancellation, behind the scenes, we're going to do some airstrikes against Iranian-backed groups in Syria following attacks near a base holding U.S. troops last week. President Joe Biden ordered airstrikes against Iranian-backed groups in Syria on Tuesday, a little over a week after a number of rockets struck near a military base in northeastern Syria housing U.S. troops. The airstrikes conducted by the U.S. military targeted Iranian-backed groups in Deir ez-Zor, Syria. U.S. Central Command said in a statement, the strikes targeted infrastructure facilities used by groups affiliated with Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. So this is just, more fucking missiles for the shit show that is the Middle East, more average citizens in those places getting bombed out, more structural damage and infrastructural damage. And it's just, gotta love it. Gotta love our Democratic president governing like George W. Bush.
Yeah, look, we got to strike him. Got to smoke him out. We got to hit him there so don't get us here. So, yeah, I said Biden, according to the statement, gave the direction for these strikes pursuant to his Article 2 authority to protect and defend U.S. personnel by disrupting or deterring attacks by Iran-backed groups. I mean, that sounds like that's a very vague standard.
I remember reading that, we were getting close to another nuclear, like reinstating the non-proliferation deal with Iran. So, it sounded for a second there like relations with Iran were going to get better, but now they're, poking the bear here again.
Well, you got to have an enemy. You always have to have someone else whose fault. If shit's going wrong, it's somebody's fault. Oh, it's Russia. Oh, it's China. Oh, it's the Middle East. Somebody's doing something. Oh, by the way, let's spend billions more on defense because the world's so unsafe. It's like, gee, I wonder why it's so unsafe when we're constantly picking fights, and then if we're not picking the fight, then another country's picking the fight. Oh, it's Russia now; they're doing it. Oh, I can't believe they're doing it. It's like, yeah, I wonder why they do it. I wonder where they learned that from.
Yeah, nobody was harmed in these rocket attacks or whatever that are alleged to be near a base. So I'm not sure what we're like. Why it's not even like
freedom, dude.
Yeah. I guess so. The U.S. attack on Syrian infrastructure and people is a violation of Syria's sovereignty and territorial integrity. This is Iran's released a statement about it, also denying that they have any affiliation with the groups that are targeted, which they probably do. Senior administration official told CNN that Biden asked for response options early last week, and the issue was discussed during a national security meeting in the Oval Office when the president was in Washington. Yeah. Well, what can we do, Jack? How many bombs can we drop, Jack? How do we kill him, Jack? Activist group Dar Ezor 24 said at least 10 people were killed in the strikes, 3 others wounded. They said the killed and wounded are foreigners and members of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Opposition War Monitor, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, said at least 6 Syrian and foreign militants were killed as a result of the airstrikes. Both organizations said that the airstrikes targeted the Ayash camp run by the Fatimiyun group made up of Shia fighters from Afghanistan. So this is all like these people are only there and militant because of our intervention in their region of the world to begin with. So even, even if they are targeting American bases or whatever, they're doing so because the American bases are there, because America has been breaking its dick off in that area of the fucking world for what now, 20 years?
Yeah. Russia did in Afghanistan. They're like, what? No, us too, guys. Come on. We want to invade too. Yeah, they got some evil guys over there.
Dude, I love how that fucking worked. If you go back and look at when Russia was invading Afghanistan and America was arming the freedom fighters.
Mujahideen. Oh yeah, the freedom fighters. Oh my god, what brave! Oh, they're dude in Rambo 3. It's like they basically like fucking thank the Taliban.
Oh yeah, in Rambo 3, he joins the Taliban basically.
Yes.
And they're presented as these, just like wonderful people who love freedom.
Right.
And he fights the Russians with them. So, I actually watched Rambo 3 here recently. Yeah, dude, it's a totally pro-Afghani kind of movie. It just goes to show you how quickly the worm turns, how quickly these people go from freedom-loving natives to terrorists, in the narrative suits.
Oh yeah, of course. Then when the Taliban, obviously, remember they loaded up those hijackers and they bombed the. Oh wait a minute, it wasn't them that did that. Okay, but they were evil, so we had to go over there and have a war to give them freedom and democracy, and that completely failed. Oh shit.
Yeah, that is true. At the end of Rambo 3, it has a statement that says this film is dedicated to the brave Mujahideen fighters of Afghanistan. So yeah.
Yeah, they changed it since, by the way. And now it says to the people of Afghanistan or some shit. It's like some more
brave people. Yeah.
Yeah, some more vagaries. It's like maybe not them.
Just fucking great. All right. Well, let's take a little break from the news here and let's watch some crazy videos. I'm not sure what's going on in this. This just says yikes.
This is this dude. You've probably seen his videos. The guys call themselves the cart narc.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The guy that walks up and tells people to put the cart in the fucking thing.
Yeah. I always love it because you see some people expend way more energy than just returning the cart would ever entail. And
yeah, to chase him around and yell at him and shit. It's just like, turn around to put here's what it is. People do not like being told what to do. Even if they're doing wrong, they don't like somebody going like, hey, do the right thing. You know what I mean? You ain't tell me what to fucking do. These are people that have absolutely no control in their lives whatsoever. They have no say-so in 99% of their comings and goings, and so they flip out on people like this.
Yeah, exactly.
I swear to God,
Sir, what?
Bitch.
Well, sir, do you need some help?
Yeah, you get the fuck away from me, you son of a bitch.
Why are you so mad all of a sudden? I blocked your attack.
You're some asshole.
Sir, now you know what you did, right? If you want to return your car, you don't have to be so angry.
Get away from me.
Sir, that was really a poor throw. I didn't even have to block that one. I've got these cool. They're like a boomerang, but it doesn't come back to me. It just sticks on lazy bones. All right, see if I can block this one.
Oh my God. He's talking to him like an infant.
Want to go back to throwing school, sir? I got some These are
How long are you gonna play this fucking game, man?
Until you take your cart back.
Get the fuck away.
Sir, would you like to take your cart back?
Just take it back, bro.
No.
Yeah, think about how quickly this could have been over if this guy was just like, oh yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? It is kind of a jerky fucking thing to leave your cart floating around in a parking space.
I know one of the reasons he's pissed. He's driving a PT Cruiser, and those things are notorious pieces of shit.
Yeah, they're basically a Dodge Neon.
Oh my
That's something a lot of people don't know. I actually looked when they were new. I looked into buying a PT Cruiser, and when I found out that they were on a Dodge Neon chassis with a neon engine, I was like, "Fuck that!"
No fucking way, dude. Oh, they're garbage, dude. They have tons of electrical problems. They have tons of engine problems. They have tons of fucking brake problems. Like anyone I know that's ever owned one, it was just like it was a nightmare, and I sold it as quickly as I could.
Yeah, he could have like this guy could have either taken like what 15 seconds max to just put his fucking cart back, or just ignored this dude, drove away, and taken the magnet off his car when he got home.
Oh, this guy's saying it's a basically a Chevy. No, not this one. This one here. Chevy HHR. Okay, maybe it is, but God, it resembles a PT Cruiser. So if it's another piece of shit car,
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it's definitely like the Chevy PT Cruiser.
His tires are garbage. His tires look like they have like they're egging out, dude. They look horrible.
Yeah, it looks like he rolled up into like a junkyard and stole his tires off of an old fucking tractor or something.
That's probably why he can't get away.
Yeah.
Don't do that. That's against the law.
I love how this dude revs this piece of shit too. Like he's all aggressively like that little
It's
four
so weak,
stroke.
though.
Sounds like a lawnmower engine.
I
Dude.
know. It's like, what is that, dude? You don't have a fucking muscle car where you can like rev it up, like or a big ass pickup truck. You have a fucking little shitty, I guess, Chevy HHR.
Yeah.
How about this? Since
So are you.
No, I'm not. I'll put one on the back here. So,
Stop it.
sir,
Stop it right now.
you stop it.
Stop it right now.
You stop. I'll point my finger at you too, sir. But see, what I'm doing is I'm being nice. Why are you so angry?
Man, this guy is dude, he is a coronary waiting to happen, this guy.
Dude, he looks like a
rage
fucking.
beast.
It's like a bald Ted Nugent, dude. He really does.
Yeah, he does, man. Oh, the gritting of the teeth, man. He is ready to rip this guy's fucking head off and shit down
Dude,
his neck.
Oh, he's so fucking mad. Like I don't get this. Like this level of hostility and aggression for this. It's like this at best is like a mild annoyance.
Yeah. I mean, even if you're not gonna put your car back, just tell the guy, go fuck yourself and drive off.
Yeah, that's it. Like, no, I won't do it.
Like imagine having time for this in your day.
Because you're an asshole.
But sir, the person who leaves their card out is a jerk-faced lazy bones.
One more time.
You can't handle it.
What, are you going to take your card back this time when you've learned your lesson?
No, I haven't.
Why not?
What a 12-year-old.
What a child, dude. The mind of a child. No, I won't.
I will not learn my lesson. Oh man, what a fucking goon.
Because you're an asshole. That's why.
You seem like you'd be a good dramatic actor. You're very emotional and engaged.
I'm not acting.
I can tell that, unfortunately.
Dude, you should. I would totally say I was acting if I was you at this point.
Why do you call me names? I'm calling you nice things. Like, I mean, I did say lazy bones. You're neutral. Gotcha.
They nailed him.
He still got him.
Is it not over?
You got your rear quarter panel there, sir, because I'm an excellent thrower, unlike yourself.
Off
You
he
can barely
goes.
get away. That is a certified piece of shit, isn't it?
Yeah, dude.
It's like it's a flat parking lot. What's going on?
Yeah, he's trying to like peel out of there, and he's moving like a short bus speed. You know what I mean? Like he's
really
fucking sad. Oh man, dude. And you know that this dude went home and took this out on whoever's at home too.
Oh, 100%.
Whoever's at home got it for this one. It's not over yet. He tracks him down the road. Oh shit! All right, let's keep going.
Weird then. People. Sorry, our battery overheated there. Oh, they don't deserve that in their mailbox, sir. Here, I got some more for you.
Get the fuck out of here!
Or else what?
Stop fucking following me!
I blocked your
son of a-
attack.
Stop!
See, you
Stop it, you
shouldn't
psycho.
you shouldn't telegraph your.
Stop it!
He's the psycho. Yeah.
I've never seen someone so lack such self-awareness. You fucking psycho! I'll kill you, you psycho! It's like, aren't you the psycho? What the fuck, dude?
Dude, this cart narc guy is my new hero, man. Oh, jeez.
And he won't give up, dude. This guy is he's expecting him to tap out. He's like, I'll do aggressive display, and it's like, okay, dude, you're not intimidated. I'm just gonna keep fucking with you.
Thank you so much, sir. You had your fist up like that, so I knew which way it was coming from. That's my mag. It's my flag, unless you want it.
Shove it up your ass.
Shove it up your ass.
I'll shove it up your ass. this guy thinks he's like fucking way harder than he is, man. You can tell this is a dude that thinks that he's intimidating or something. You're not, bro.
Yeah, you rolled a 1 on intimidation, my friend. Come on.
Sir, my butt cheeks are very tight.
My butt cheeks are.
Wow. Oh man.
Okay.
What a rage beast. Let's see
I
what they got
love it.
here. Constantly amazed this guy's still alive. I'm not.
No.
Because dude, here's the thing. People they're like, I think they, like motorcycle clubs call them 1%ers, right?
Right.
Like people that are willing to fucking beat the fucking shit out of you in the middle of a parking lot. That's a 1%er.
Oh yeah.
99% of people, this is what you're gonna get from them: the impotent rage, the empty threats, the bullshit. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, this guy's got a 1 in 99 shot every time he does this of meeting somebody that's really ready to get down, which is pretty good odds. See what we got here. A man in Russia throws a speaker for playing the Russian national anthem to the floor. Oh, he's probably in a gulag somewhere.
Oh, 100%. But I don't blame him, dude. I fucking hate listening to national anthem shit. Even ours. Like, I don't want to hear that crap.
Russia's national anthem is pretty fucking epic, though. I will give him that.
It is. But this guy's probably heard it like 1,000 times. Nope. Done with that.
Oh shit! Here comes the cops.
Time for the gulag.
Yeah.
You'll really like it.
And all the good drones singing along.
La, la, la,
Don't arrest me, comrade. I love Russia. Yeah, he's just gonna be escorted back behind this statue, never to be seen or heard of again. Wow.
Pop, what was that little poppy noise? Oh no, he's fine. How can we suck this nation's dick any harder? Oh yeah, we'll put the speaker back up. We really just want to hear the song.
Really got to demonstrate that we weren't with that guy. Let's help him put the speaker back up.
Ugh. I hate that in this country, and I hate it in any other country too.
Yeah, nationalism is cringe for sure. See what else we got here.
Oh, I love this dude.
Getting heckled during a speech. Oh boy, here we go again. Oh, hold on. Got it muted here. I want to hear every second of this.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's Ted Cruz.
Look, I'm here today with a word of hope and a word of encouragement.
Donald Trump said that Ted Cruz's dad killed JFK. He said that Ted Cruz's dad killed JFK. You can read about it in the paper.
Crazy Lee Harvey Oswald having breakfast. Now, Ted never denied that it was his father.
Hey, you can read about it in the paper.
Yeah, you should say it to my dad. That'd be even more dangerous.
Are you saying that Donald Trump is lying?
That's the Uno reverse card right there. So wait a minute, Donald Trump is a liar then? System shutting down.
Oh, dude, I just love watching Ted Cruz. It's like the best part of this video is watching him think of what he's gonna say.
Oh, look at him.
Dude, he's got nothing. He's got nothing. He has to suck Trump's fucking wrinkly old dick, dude. He can't fucking do it.
He called your wife a fucking skeezer. He's fucking talked shit about you and your dad, and he's still this many years on, not even the president anymore, and he's got you cucked. Got you fully fucking cucked. Dude, I gotta see that shit again.
Are you saying Donald Trump is lying?
Yeah, I want to see this whole line here because this is beautiful.
Hey, MAGA crowd.
Are you saying that Donald Trump is lying?
His eyes become slits. He's like,
oh man,
is he lying?
Oh man, this country is fucking over. The
because you have to have fealty to
falling.
Trump, dude. I mean, like you can. There's a few people that have tried to go like, nah, but Trump's lost such a hold on the Republican Party that Ted Cruz knows he can't just go, no, Trump's lying. Trump's an idiot.
There's a bigger like chunk of Republican establishment people though that are going against Trump now. So like he really, I don't know, especially if Trump had said that type of shit about me, man, I'd be joining those other people right now. I'd say, yeah, of course he's a fucking liar. He can't say clearly. He can't do it. He's trying to think of how he can refute the statements that Donald Trump made without calling him a total fucking liar.
Well, he can't. It's impossible. So he just has to just take it. Just take your tussin.
What a beta. What a beta. God damn. Ted Cruz. Even his family fucking hates his guts.
Oh, dude, that's probably the most disturbing thing we've ever seen with Ted Cruz. Like those family videos where they released all the stuff under like the Freedom of Information Act.
Oh yeah, the like promo videos he was shooting, trying to make it look like he and his family sit down to dinner and talk about their day.
And his kids are just like, ah! And his wife's just like, ugh. It's like, poor Ted. No one likes Ted.
Remember his daughter like kiss dodging on the campaign trail?
Yeah, let me go. The kid like
tries to go in to give her a smooch. She's like, "What are you doing? Get away from me!"
I love you, darling. We are a family. Remember?
Yes. We are a good, well-adjusted family.
Behave, prop, or you'll get the hose.
When Trump enters the room, Ted Cruz instinctively gets on his back and exposes his bare stomach. Yeah.
Ted, roll over. Roll over. Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Show me your belly, Ted. Show me your belly.
Wet yourself. Wet your pants. What, please? I just these are nice pants. Wet your pants.
Yes, sir. All right.
Like,
he has PTSD at this point. How could he not? He's got Stockholm syndrome, man. He's just like, oh man, what a fucking loser.
I know, dude. That's why I had to pull it. Like, it never gets old, man. It never gets old.
See what else we got. Guy pulls gun during
This is
road
a
rage.
crazy ass video, dude. It's not even that long, but just shows you how some people just freak the fuck out.
This is that 1%er that we're talking about. That's willing to whip his fucking gun out and shoot at somebody over bullshit.
Well, luckily, it doesn't shoot at the guy, but
oh whoa, dude! He just whips it right the fuck out.
Yeah, for no real reason, because his life. I mean, you can't really argue his life's in jeopardy, where he's like literally pointing the gun out of a vehicle. So
somebody walking up to your car is not a good reason to pull your weapon on them.
No, so they have to actually like try to get into your vehicle.
Look at this. Look at this shit. Hang on, I gotta get this license plate. Pointed a fucking gun at me. Look at this shit. You're going right. I'm going right to the fucking.
Yeah, and he almost crashes, dude, doing it too. Yep, almost crashes twice in this video. He pulls a gun on somebody, threatens their life, so he brandishes a weapon, and then almost causes a head-on collision and sideswipes somebody.
Wow.
God, all over road rage.
Look at this.
In your car.
Get in your car. Yeah.
Dude, are you that afraid?
Yeah. What makes you the authority that tells me I got to get back in my fucking car? Fuck you. You put your gun away. Off-duty cop vibes. Yeah, probably. Just the way he yelled that and shit sounded like a cop yell.
Get in your car! Look at this. Look at this shit. Hang on, I gotta get this license.
So I wish I knew the story behind this. Did he rear end the guy or what?
I don't know. Let's see.
Let's see if anybody has any.
Sometimes
I also,
go ahead.
Also wish I knew like what state this was in.
Well, the plate was Illinois, so I'm guessing maybe Illinois, could be Missouri, could be Indiana, could be any of those neighboring states too, or it could be on the other side of the country. We don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else
could have been shot dead and considered justified in some states. Word of wisdom: do not be the first person out of the car over road rage. Guy in Jeep can very much say he was threatened by somebody blocking his car and coming at his driver window. I mean, that just goes to show you how fucking backwards everything is. I mean, if that's considered provocation and shit with no, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's possible that a court could decide that way, but it seems pretty unlikely because I mean, even if he got out of his car, I mean, yeah, you could say he was maybe being an aggressor, but he was just trying to. You could say, well, I'm trying to get his license plate.
Yeah,
and he ultimately didn't do anything, and he's filming the encounter. So even if he is the aggressor, he's basically creating video evidence of his aggression. I mean, it's still not advisable to get out of your car and confront somebody to begin with.
to me, this kind of like stand your ground shit, it's like your last resort should be pulling a gun out and shooting somebody. Is that this guy's last resort? No. He could have rolled up his window and pulled around the car either way, to the right or the left, to get away from this guy, or thrown the car in reverse. The guy is not brandishing a weapon at him or anything. So the idea that this might be justifiable in a state makes me not want to travel ever. Because that's just fucking ridiculous.
I mean, yeah, something definitely could have happened. Someone in the chat said, yeah, something happened before they were recording. I mean, of course. I mean, there was definitely some more context here, but we don't know. This Jeep could have been offended by the guy driving too slow. We don't know. So obviously the context is important, but we don't have that extra context to make that call. But it's still kind of crazy you pull a gun on somebody, even if it is just like an altercation like this.
Yeah. This would literally only happen in America. There are third world countries where this wouldn't happen. Yeah, you're probably correct about that. There are also third world countries where this would have ended in a shootout, probably too. So
yeah, like 2 AK-47s being unloaded.
Sacramento cops detain outreach worker for drawing a rainbow on the sidewalk with chalk. Oh, that fucking vandal!
These police officers.
Thank goodness that these bicycle hogs were there to take care of this arch criminal painting rainbows with sidewalk chalk.
Am I being detained?
You are now, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. That's all I needed to hear. And so you guys don't have body cams? Why is that?
No, we just don't.
Because we don't want people to see us harassing people like you. You know what I mean? We don't want people looking into what we're doing on the fucking job. Like, why don't you go pedal your bike and find somebody else to fucking harass? You got to be kidding me, man. This shit just gets worse and worse. These fucking cops, these guys right here, their jobs could be eliminated. We do not need bike cops riding around the fucking park. There's an incident in the park. The normal police can fucking show up, gain access to the park through the fucking driveway, and take care of it. We do not need these types of fucking patrols. You have nothing better to do than harass somebody drawing with sidewalk chalk. Are you fucking kidding? You're detained and being treated like a criminal.
Yeah.
Because you were drawing with sidewalk chalk.
Sir, I'm not management. I don't know. So, what was your purpose in coming today?
To hand out.
What is it? Fuck you. What is the purpose of your job? A cop in fucking bike shorts riding around harassing people. Like, see, this is what I'm talking about. The fact that people have to answer for what is your purpose in being here in this public place today? Eat a fat fucking dick, pig.
Yeah, it's like, what is my purpose? It's like, don't I have the right not to tell you that? Shouldn't I have the freedom to just come to a public space? And
it's none of your goddamn concern. This is a public park. I'm here. If I've committed a crime, lock me up. But otherwise, pedal your little fucking mountain bike on, bitch.
Seriously.
Waters and to make people happy.
Ma'am, real quick. Like, we got called out, right? And people are chalking. It's state property.
Chalking?
Yeah,
chalking is a crime. It's sidewalk chalk. The first time that there's an insinuation of rain, it'll be gone. In fact, the dewy morning will probably take care of it. You fucking oinkers, dude. Where's your little cute bike shorts, by the way? Why you didn't get issued your bike shorts?
He's exempt.
So if that happens, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's a misdemeanor. If you pick a rose right there because it's on state property, the law is a misdemeanor.
So if you pick a rose, get the fuck out of here. Why do we need people riding around the fucking park looking to make sure people don't pick a rose? You got to be joking me. Is there somebody being strangled in town right now? Is there anything that these two fucking yoo-hoos could be doing?
And it's pretty close to your neck of the woods, Sacramento, Paul. So yeah, some California cops who are just wasting this woman's time.
It's bored as fuck, bored out of their fucking minds.
Oh, did you pick a flower? Oh, I'm sorry.
Called them out. We got called out because you're chalking. What?
Do you have a permit to chalk?
Yeah, you have a permit to draw that rainbow in sidewalk chalk. Get the fuck out, bro.
We talk, okay? I know that you want to tell us what to do and how to do our job.
I'm not.
Yeah, I want to. I would. When is she telling you how to do your job? By the way, she hasn't said 2 fucking words to you.
I said I'm out here doing basically fuck all. Like I'm doing outreach. I'm giving people water and drawing chalk and shit.
Yeah, this would be a skit on Reno 911. We got a chalker. We got a chalker over here. Gonna need backup. We got chalkers here. What are you doing? This is state property. You know, if you pick a rose, it's illegal. The fuck?
Okay. I'm just explaining, but you're stepping over us.
I'm asking questions.
Yes, we're asking questions.
And I also.
Yeah, and she can ask questions too, you fucking mutt.
We're asking. It's our job to do that. Like,
we're in charge here, lady.
That's all this is. Now their fifis got hurt, dude.
These motherfuckers should be reminded every single day that their job is one of the only jobs in America that skews intentionally hiring morons. They intentionally hire people that are low intelligence for this fucking job. They should be reminded every second of every day that they're a member of the Stoopy Squad.
Do you want me to finish where I was going? I was trying to be super polite.
Sure, and I also am.
What? Super polite by gaffing her up and wasting her time.
Yeah, there's nothing super polite about Bike Hog riding up to me when I'm out in the fucking park and telling me it's illegal to pick a rose.
So let us, like, it's gonna go nowhere, right? But when our supervisor says that they've on view vandalism, which it is, we have to make contact. We have to do our job.
It's not vandalism.
How
sidewalk chalk is vandalism?
If sidewalk chalk is considered vandalism, the statute needs to be rewritten. That it's literally the opposite of vandalism. It washes off with a spray from a hose. That's not vandalism. Okay?
No.
Just like less attitude is better for everybody, right?
I'm answering your.
This guy's fucking de-escalation technique is so like I'm your 3rd grade teacher. Listen. We're being super polite with you. It's like, fuck off. I hate these motherfuckers, man.
Questions. Okay. I don't have to answer them
You
nicely.
weren't answering my questions.
I actually
You
was.
refused.
No,
You
I was
refused.
asking you
Okay,
questions.
I'm telling you, you refused.
I'm telling you. Okay. Well, never mind what actually happened. I'm telling you, you refused.
You refused.
When did she refuse? You asked her what she was doing here. She answered. That's the only question that's been asked by any of these like you guys to her.
Yeah, they never brought this guy to fucking detective, dude. What an incisive motherfucker here, cutting through the bullshit. What are you doing? Here's my answer. You didn't answer our questions. I'm just telling you, you didn't. You didn't. It's like, so then why even interview her? If you're gonna tell her what to say and what happened, then
yeah,
what's the point of this?
Just your reality, then just lock her up. Throw away the fucking key. This vandal cannot be out on the streets, man. What are you gonna do next? Pick a rose?
Yeah, seriously.
Is this gaslighting? Yes. Yeah. I don't think either of these cops is actually intelligent enough to purposefully gaslight, but them being put in a position of authority that has them riding up on a huffy bike to harass people in the park when there's crimes and shit that they could be conceivably stopping. That, yes, it is gaslighting on the national scale that this is a cop's job. Yes.
I didn't refuse.
That's why I
asked you why you needed to see my ID, and I asked you if I was being detained, and you said yes, so I immediately pulled out my ID.
How are you going to deny the reality of the situation that's caught on camera now?
I didn't refuse.
Okay, you did.
No, she didn't.
What?
You said, give me your ID. She said, am I being detained? You said, you are now. And then she immediately produced her ID. She didn't deny anything.
Which part?
Which part?
That I refused.
When I asked you for your ID, you refused.
I asked you why, and I asked you, am I being detained?
I'm telling you, you refused. Period.
What part of that is...
I'm telling you what you said. I'm telling you what you did. Well, why don't you get some body cams so that your fucking vision of this will match what you're saying? Yeah, it's just fully this right here is gaslighting. I'm telling you what you said. You denied. No, I didn't. I asked you why I was being detained and if I was detained, and then I presented my... No, you didn't. You said no. It's like, no, I didn't. It's on tape.
Refusal.
When you didn't give it to me when I asked.
I asked if I was being detained. That's not refusal. It's a question. I have the right to ask you if I'm being detained before.
It's because you didn't jump into the fucking salute pose and immediately bend over and grab your ankles as soon as this fucking dork with his pale ass legs rode up to you on his fucking mountain bike.
Oh, yes, officer. Oh, thank you. Thank you, officer. Thank you. Please. Is there anything else I can do to make your job a little bit easier? Oh, yeah, strip all your rights away. Oh, no problem. You take all those. I wasn't using them anyways. And I'm sorry. My child did pick a flower. Oh, it's unfortunate. Your child will be going to state prison.
Yeah, we're gonna put him in San Quentin for 20 to life, man. This is that rose is state property, man.
Dude, who fucking cares?
10-21-27. We got a violent suspect here. We're gonna need backup on this sidewalk chalk incident. Over.
Dude, these guys are so fucking stupid. They can't even handle that. Should be the most bullshit call of their fucking day. Oh, we got some vandalism going on. Oh, okay, let's check it out.
This could have been handled with they didn't even have to stop their bikes. They could have just rode by and been like, hey, no sidewalk chalk in the park, please. Thank you. On about their business.
Yeah, even that, dude, if I was the cop, I would just be like, is there any vandalism going on here? Oh, no, we're just using sidewalk chalk. Oh, okay, well, have a good day.
Yep, have a nice day.
Yeah,
see you later.
And then be like, what a bunch of idiots who called this shit in. Like that should be the reaction. If the police had any sense here, that'll be the first reaction to this. Would be like, oh, it's sidewalk chalk. Okay, yeah, this is not worth our time. Let's go do some other stuff. Like that's how you treat that. Not like, what's going on here? That's actually vandalism, ma'am. That's vandalism. Oh, you're detained. You have your ID. Are you detaining me? What? No, what?
Yeah. What is the purpose of you asking for ID because somebody was drawing a rainbow with sidewalk chalk? Like that doesn't make any. Why do you need to identify this person?
Yeah. Well, they're gonna argue it's suspicion of a crime. Oh, because vandalism is a crime.
This motherfucker's got nothing in the world better to do. They shrink this police force down to like 5 or 6 officers because it's clearly they have nothing to do. Here's some Crawford County officers caught on video pummeling a man with no shoes. And deputies have been suspended.
Oh, dude, they beat the shit out of this guy.
Let's take a look.
And Metallica's Fade to Black is playing at the same time, so it's also not good. Police brutality, like, damn, I don't think I want to get beat to that song.
Let me see if I can
just watch it on Twitter.
Yeah, I'll just get it on Twitter here so I can full screen it so we can actually see what's going on. I'll leave it muted too so we don't get dinged for Fade to Black.
Because Metallica is gonna ding us for sure.
So there are 3 pigs on this one guy who looks like he's just on the ground covering his head.
Yeah, 1 little, 2 little, 3 little pigs.
And they are beating the ever-loving fuck out of him, dude. Kneeing him.
Oh my god. He's getting he's basically getting kneed in his back, it looks like, then punched in his face.
Dude, this reminds me of what like Tony Soprano and his crew would do to somebody who disrespected them or something. Like, why are the cops around the corner of a gas station beating the fuck out of a guy?
And I'm sure they'll have body cams or capturing all this footage too, Paul.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
I'm sure that when there were reports, they documented it fairly. Like, look, got a little pissed off. I started kneeing him in the back. I started punching him in the head. I was holding him down. I'm sure their report definitely reflected that.
The fuck? Stop resisting! Just 3 dudes are jumping you.
Yeah, like what? How? It doesn't look like he's moving. I mean, if this isn't police brutality, I don't know what police brutality is. Like if I saw him like flailing about or he had a weapon or something, it's like literally like stop hitting me. Then it's like boom, boom, give me your hands.
Yeah,
he's not giving you his hands because he's trying to cover up from being hit so many times.
That's a good point there, Tucker. I do think I see some sidewalk chalk over there. Maybe he was chalking.
Well, you know, that's justified then. Never mind.
All right, let's not get.
Yeah, let's not.
Oh my God! Oh shit! He slammed his fucking head into the ground. It's the only movement I've seen out of this guy is like defensive movement, like trying to get his hands over his head so they'll stop pummeling him to death.
Oh, now they're looking up.
Yeah, now they see that what they're doing is on fucking tape.
Let's see if we can get some volume on that at the very end of it.
Yeah,
I don't want to listen to most of it, obviously, because of Metallica, but when they notice it, I like to see if we can hear what they say.
Yeah, let's see.
Fucking pieces
Crank
of
it up
fucking
here.
garbage they are.
This is bad. We gotta get out of here.
Oh, that's the
Yeah,
worst
it's
part.
just fucking dunking his head against the ground like that. You just kill
while
somebody
it's on the
like that.
ground. I mean, just think about that, and then just slamming someone's head into concrete. I mean, that could kill somebody.
Yeah, you could easily kill somebody. They could just have a fucking seizure. You could damage their fucking brain. It's over for them. Like, this is ridiculous. And why does it take 3 of these fucking scum fucks to do it? I'd have a little bit more respect if it was one-on-one. You know what I mean? But the fact that there are 3 of these pigs all just gang stomping this fucking guy. Fuck getting suspended. These motherfuckers should have been immediately arrested and thrown in the very jail that they fill.
Hey, Lion. I'm kicking him.
That guy's fucking just laying into him from the back, man.
Yeah, knees, being kicked, being stomped, being punched, just anything you can imagine that they can do, they're doing it.
Yep. This guy's already bloody, too. I've seen his fucking head. He's bleeding.
I mean, the only thing they haven't done at this point is jumped off the top of the fucking police cruiser and fucking, like, dropped an elbow on him.
Yeah. Seriously.
I mean, fucking seriously.
Pick him up and DDT him or some shit.
Yeah. Oh, my God, he's got him off the top of the police cruiser. Oh, he slams it. He power bombed him from the top. Oh, he's not moving. He's probably dead. All these cops have to be suspended.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Protect and serve there, piggy. The fact that these guys are probably just gonna they're probably just gonna get a free fucking vacation and shit.
Dude, look at his fucking face. Like, I love when they look up because you just see it every time they've actually given a shit.
Yep.
Oh, the citizens are actually seeing what we're doing. Don't film us.
Get out of here, you. The police matter.
I feel like that scene in Dracula. Do not see me.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on? Like, wake up at a fucking Burger King. Like, oh God, why am I here? You know what I
They
mean?
just back into the corner and turn into a pile of rats and scurry away. What the fuck, man?
They might as well at this point. At least then I would just be like, oh, there's a force of malevolent evil. Okay, never mind. I mean, I thought this could be reasoned with, but we just have to destroy this. Never mind.
Don't these people have tasers? What are those? Yeah, I mean, even if you could make the argument that this guy was doing anything other than defending himself against a 3-man beatdown, yeah, they're supposed to have fucking methods of subduing people that don't include dogpiling them and kneeing them in the fucking head for a minute and a half.
Also, why does it look like it's like the back of a building?
Yeah,
You know?
they're doing it out around the corner of a 7-Eleven or something. Is what it looks
this
like.
is like so shady too. So they basically took this guy back, and all their frustration in life got taken out on this motherfucker.
Yeah,
That's
Is this
exactly
like
what.
yeah.
Oh.
This looks like it might. Oh no, it's just the same one being posted again, I guess.
But that's why I pulled the article, because usually when the police are involved, they get a news article. If you go back, we can see if we can find out. I mean, I know that they said they suspended them.
Let's see, the video above was taken today at the country. Yep, it's the fucking shitty little
Country
convenience store
Express
at 1107 Georgia Ridge Drive, blah blah blah, in Crawford County. The woman who filmed it sent it to her sister Dammy Johnson, who shared it on social media. The video depicts 2 Crawford County deputies and a Mulberry police officer beating a man on the ground and apparently slamming his head into the cement. Not apparently, they did. That's exactly what they did. Johnson, who lives in Oklahoma, said her sister was too upset to talk yet about the incident, but she shared what her sister had told her. A shoeless man sitting on the curb and talking with law enforcement officers when she arrived at the gas station, Johnson said her sister reported. Man stood up like he was going to run away, and the officers tackled him. Johnson and her sister thought the man seemed to be in mental distress. Yes, more than likely so, if he's sitting out back of a 7-Eleven.
Oh my God, man. That's even worse. So basically a guy has no shoes on. Sounds like he's in a country place too. So not even like a city where it's like, okay, well, there's a lot of people who are suffering from this, mental illness. Like, so this is like an unusual setting. Instead of helping this guy, their response is he didn't listen. He didn't comply. So beat the fucking ever-loving shit out of him.
Yep. This is what would have happened to that lady that was drawing with sidewalk chalk too, by the way. Those fucking bike cops would have beat the fuck out of her if she had tried to fucking walk away from them or some shit.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Johnson's sister and her friend who was in the car can be heard yelling at the officers to stop. While the audio is difficult to make out, it sounds like one of the officers yells at her to back the fuck up.
She's like 30 feet away.
Yeah, she's nowhere near you. While the captured footage certainly doesn't tell the whole story, it's hard to see how a shoeless, mentally distressed man could warrant such brutality. I gotta be honest with you. I don't think that a dude that just robbed a fucking liquor store deserves this brutality. I don't think that somebody that's, you know what I mean? Like, it is not your job to administer justice on the street.
No.
It is your job to subdue the guy, which you have multiple ways of doing. You're a cop. You've got tasers. There are 3 of you there. You're telling me you can't hook up one fucking mentally distressed dude?
It's really because they're the wrong tool to send here. I mean, like, it's just the reality that the police are the catch-all in a lot of communities, and they're sent out there to deal with it. And their way of dealing with it is this guy's going to end up in fucking the county jail on a bunch of criminal charges.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to put him on some meds and chicks. They're going to realize he's crazy. That's all they're going to do for this guy until he does some inappropriate. He'll be released again until he does some crazy shit, like he pulls a knife or a gun, and they kill him. Or he ends up just in prison for, 8 years for armed robbery or some shit because he's out of his mind and doesn't even know what the fuck he's doing. It's like, how's this? This isn't the solution. This guy needs mental help.
Yeah.
That's what he needs. He doesn't need to get the shit beat out of him.
That's what apparent means, Paul. Apparently you don't know that. No, I do know that. It's a softener. Saying like, if I were writing this article, I would say that the officer beat the man's head against the ground, which he clearly and visibly does. I wouldn't say apparently knocked his head into the ground. It's just a way of softening what happened. That's why I took issue with it. I understand what apparently means. Thanks, though, bro. Thanks for being a 3rd grade fucking teacher to me. I'm not the only one getting
we'll say that
treated
about
like a fucking toddler around here. Apparently you're in the business of doing it too. So thank you for the non-necessary correction, dumb fuck.
Apparently that's what he had to say.
Yeah. Apparently you're a fucking douche. This is what racial profiling looks like. Okay, let's take a look.
He don't even know my name and tell him I have a warrant. What did he do? That's what I'm saying. For what? For what? From Louisiana. For what?
Oh, in Louisiana.
So how would I have you don't know my name, so how can you tell me I have a warrant?
That is true. If you don't have someone's identification or name, how do you know that they're the right person?
It's kind of hard to get that kind of information, I'd imagine, without somebody's name and identification.
Because, I mean, look, I've watched a lot of episodes of shows like Live PD and Cops and stuff back in the day. And most of the cops there, obviously they're on their best behavior because the camera's following them. But if they arrest somebody, they run your name. And I've seen it happen a bunch of times. I've talked to cops that even say this, like, they run your name. That's how they figure out if you have a warrant.
Yeah, they run your name.
It's like, let me see your ID, let me run your name. And obviously, if it doesn't match your picture or description, like you try to lie because you do have a warrant, it's like it comes back like that's not you. But this guy, it's like, how would they have not, like, oh, because his plate or something, or his car, or his house, or his description? I mean, what is it? What is it? I wonder what it's about him that he's being stopped.
I'm guessing it has something to do with the amount of melatonin that he has.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Or melanin, sorry. Melatonin is the sleep drug.
What? That's not your dog. He's like, it is my dog. Okay, so it was police subterfuge. They wanted to make contact with him. They tried to gaffle him up. That's all it was. That's not your dog. All right. Oh, you're this guy. Yeah, we're looking for this guy. You're him. You're going to jail. It's like, what? Like, okay. Why and how?
I'ma just go. Every time I see you, I'ma just not watch. Good. Like, what do you expect me to do? Beg you to fucking watch and correct me in the chat when I don't need correcting? Fuck off. Eat a fat fucking dick. You're on the wrong show, man. You're on the wrong show if you want somebody to go, oh, yes, sir. Thank you for unnecessarily correcting me. You're right. I don't know what apparently means, even though I'm fucking probably twice your age. Get the fuck out of here.
I live in Louisiana. I don't live in Louisiana. How the hell would I have a warrant in Louisiana? Quentin. You already said your name was that. My name is not Quentin. What the f is wrong with you?
Sir, his name is not Quentin.
Nice try, Quentin.
Okay, hold on.
It's 3 different names. You woke up and told me 3 different names.
Hold on.
The third name you just know.
Clint.
This cop's just fishing for something. Quentin.
No.
His name
Reg.
is not Quentin.
Quentin.
Reggie, what's your name? Whatever your name is, you're going in.
It's you know what's my name? Man, that. You say
Give it.
Please stop. Stop. Please stop.
All this cop has to do is see. All this should have been is like, okay, I need to see your ID because we suspect you of being a criminal. Why? Because there's whatever the procedure is, and then run his name. If it's not him, then you have to say we were wrong, and we apologize, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, why does he need to come grab this dude? Of course, they don't want to be grabbed. Like, if someone just gets out of their car and starts grabbing you and like, you're doing this, you're this person. For like, what other reaction would anyone have? It's like, no, you're right, I am that person.
Yeah, and this guy's smart to resist in this case because he's absolutely fucking right. This is how people get gaffled up by the fucking cops and just disappear. And he had an accident and he was killed in jail or whatever the fuck. Like, fuck that, man. Come out here telling me my name is Quentin.
Well, they got to fill up the jails, Paul. You know that. That's all this. I mean, that's probably what this really amounts to more than anything is, we need some more warm bodies in there to keep making that money.
Oh,
yep,
for sure.
You'll do. You'll do just nicely. Come on down.
My name is not no fucking Quentin. You don't even know my name and tell me I got a warrant in Louisiana? Okay. Yes. Do I look like a... Show me the picture. Show me the picture.
Okay, wait.
Just walk with me. No, walk with me. No.
Please, he's not going nowhere. He's not going nowhere.
I need to supervise or somebody else. Come on. Well, let me see your
You're the super. Oh God, you're the supervisor. Fuck. That's a scary thought.
Sir.
Put my yard on my property.
Calm down.
You stop. You stop.
Who are you looking for?
That's
His name is not Quentin.
You think I'm because I got dreads?
Then let me see your ID. That you just said you knew who he was.
Yeah, you're the guy that you
what
rolled
a liar.
up. Your name's not Quentin?
Duh, it's finally sicked in. Let me see your ID. That's the dude. Police work like 101, right? You walk up and it's like, can I see your ID? Why? And then you explain why.
I love that this
you
guy.
You have a warrant out of Louisiana. We have to dispel that notion. So the only way to do this is take your ID.
This guy's a sergeant too. This is like cream of the crop of the cops here. What the fuck? Like, if this was an actual like warrant action, wouldn't there be multiple people, like multiple cops pulling up for this? Like, what is this? Just one single cop stops in front of this guy's house and just tries to cuff him. That's basically what this is.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, I don't see any backup. I don't see like he's like the cavalry's coming. It's like if this guy's a dangerous felon, wouldn't this have been handled way differently? And he's a dangerous felon. He's acting awfully strange in front of his own house. He's just like, I don't know. He's just hanging out with his dog and his wife. It's like, what is he supposed to do?
Yep.
I got a warrant in Louisiana. So what? That's my
dog.
That's our dog. Go in the house.
What is this?
Sir, that's our dog.
Don't you touching me while you shaking. You need to step back and calm down. No, that.
Get my phone out of the car.
There you got him running.
Get my phone out.
Calm down. Calm down.
Here's the deal. No, don't look like.
So he's literally driving around neighborhoods with a picture of a guy that has a warrant in Louisiana.
Doesn't that look?
Thought he saw him on the street and thinks he's just gonna run up and gaffle him.
Dude, this is racial profiling 101. He saw a picture of a black dude. He literally, that's what he, look, okay. And then he saw a black dude who he doesn't know is the guy, and he tries to arrest him and take him to jail. Dude, like, you just admitted to racial profiling. Like, you literally did it.
Why would a cop in Texas be riding around with a picture of a dude who's got a Louisiana warrant rolling through neighborhoods looking for similar looking people? What the fuck? What I'm here, you know what I think about is really behind this shit? Take a look at this neighborhood. What does it look like? Looks like a pretty upper middle class, well-to-do, probably white suburban neighborhood. And this big black guy with dreads is standing out there, and this cop wanted to find a reason to fucking hassle him. That's it. 100%.
Probably. Unfortunately, you're probably right about it. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
I'm trying to say, because I got dreads and I'm black. That's me. No,
that's not him.
No. Yes, it is, dude. Yes, it is.
No.
Stop. My name. You ain't got no.
Evan says a picture was of a black man with locks in his 50s. Wow.
Oh my god, dude. You gotta be shitting me. That's why I love this. What's one thing I love about these cameras, dude? That's one thing I love about this shit. It just reveals the fucking bullshit that these cops try to pull on citizens every fucking day.
Hey, Potato Brain, didn't you say you were leaving like fucking 5 minutes ago? Here, let me help you out, bitch. Let me get you all the way the fuck up out of here. Blocked. See you fucking ass later, motherfucker. I hate these motherfuckers that drag ass. Oh, I'm out of here. And then you've clearly moved on to some other thing, and then there's another goddamn paragraph I gotta read in my fucking chat about how you're totally out of here. Fuck off, bitch. Don't come back. Cancel your fucking Patreon. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Fucking shit on your $5, you punk. Sorry.
No, please stop. Stop. Please stop. Please leave him alone, please. No, please. That is not him.
Are they still trying to arrest him?
Get out of my yard,
I need
man.
to report on this. I need to report.
No, you need to get the fuck out of my yard. You just said I'm somebody named Quentin. You got dreads.
Yeah, now that there's no alleged crime being committed, you guys should just go.
Now you want to leave, right?
No, I want to do report on this.
No, you need to get somebody here.
They don't know what they want to do.
Yeah, they're like, oh shit.
I gotta do a report on this. Oh god. Oh man, now that cop is scared. You can tell it. His fear just became evident. He's like, oh, I think you want to do a report. Come on, bro.
Jeez, man.
Just don't do that's. You just need like people talk about like defund the police. This is why that you have calls for shit like that. You see stupid shit like this. You see cops are totally unqualified for their job. Because anyone with any sense, even if they like the guy was like, is that the guy? One, they would call for backup. You know what I mean? They'd form an actual plan. Like, that's the guy that was wanted for this, this crime. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And like, you'd have multiple people going like, oh yeah, oh my God. It's like, it's unmistakable. And then it would be like, you're under arrest. We have to run you through the system. And if it doesn't turn out to be that person, oh my God, we made a horrible mistake.
Oh,
I mean, is that possible that could happen? Yeah, but that should almost never happen. Like, you can't just run up to somebody and expect them just to like, oh yeah, just take me to jail because I slightly and only in skin color resemble some other person. It's racial profiling. The guy even says it in the video. It's like, I know who you are. Oh, well, what's your ID? Give me your ID. It's like he fucking contradicts himself 10 times in this fucking video.
Yeah, why do you need ID if you know he's this fucking guy? This is just fucking ridiculous. These cops thought he was just going to passively come along with them so they could gaffle him up and fuck with him. More than likely because he's a black man living in this fucking neighborhood in Texas. Period. That's about it.
That's about it.
Why the you put in front of my yard? Because I'm black with dreads and tell me I got to warn you.
Okay.
Calm down, man. We're just harassing you, bro. We just almost arrested you because we can't tell the difference between one black guy and another.
It's not my fault now.
You
Look
fucking
like
calm down.
it's like, oh, dude, you just done fucked your shit up.
Man, these videos, especially these cop brutality ones, have got me in some of a mood today. Now, I hate fucking seeing injustice, and I hate seeing zero IQ, zero value, milk toast fucking idiots like this motherfucker here elevated to some kind of fucking authority figure in society. This motherfucker shouldn't have authority over a fucking dog turd. If this motherfucker wants to pick up dog shit out of his yard, there should be a supervising fucking adult nearby to make sure he does it correctly, let alone giving him a fucking police cruiser and a gun and a license to kill.
I know. That's a scary thought, isn't it?
Oh,
that's like the terrifying thing. Like, this guy could legally be empowered to kill you.
Yep. The most powerful public servant in America, the most powerful public servant is this guy, the fucking beat cop, because they're the only people in the entire justice system. I don't care if you're a fucking Supreme Court justice, the only people in the entire justice system that have the authority to whip a gun out and blow your fucking head off. So, oh man, just the fact that we like these departments actually look for low intelligence people to do this job is just fucking beyond the pale, man. Oh,
My kids was out here. No, my kids. Okay.
See you later, Peyton.
yeah. The police department is investigating the incident. I'm sure that investigation turned up a
Well, I
whole
miss
lot.
horrible police brutality and Paul banning somebody.
Yeah. It's very rare on a patron episode.
Yeah,
for somebody to
that
get
is
shit
true.
canned.
That is true.
But, hey, it needed to happen. That fucking kid.
That kid was no good. He was bad
Yeah.
news.
He thought he had an inflated sense of his own fucking importance, man. Like, we do not need 3 paragraphs for you to tell you that you're fucking out of here. You just get out. Just go. That's something that I will never understand as long as I live, Scotty, is people that, like, if I'm watching something and I don't like what I'm seeing, I change the fucking channel. I go look at something else. I go find something else to do. I don't have time to fucking fuck around in the chat. It's just, oh man, how sad. People just need to be noticed.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I understand that shit. I've gotten so much hate on the internet, you know, and it's like, the reason I don't really worry about it, dude, is like, people are gonna hate you no matter what you do. Like, you could fucking agree with them, and they don't like the way you talk or sound or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah,
it's like, it is what it is. Like, you want to be mad about it? I guess you can be.
I guess you can. Oh shit, Paul Pelosi guilty of DUI, and he's going to jail for 5 days.
Knew
man.
it.
That's gonna be fucking. That's gonna be rough for him. I gotta imagine somebody like Paul Pelosi is not gonna be ready for jail life, even if it is only 5 days.
You know what's it's California though, dude. You know what's gonna happen? He's gonna get booked in there, overcrowded. He'll be out in probably 24 hours, dude. Even probably less than that. He'll probably be in there 8-10 hours, and he'll be done.
You're probably right about that.
He's gonna walk in, do this. Oh yes, take me in, officer.
I want to see this dude doing his field sobriety test.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Balance on one foot or another? No. Yeah, I don't want you to injure yourself if you can't.
So he's so fucked up he can't walk.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Why can't he walk? Dude, like, I've been so drunk in my life. I've never been so drunk I couldn't walk.
Yeah, I've been stumbling drunk, but I was still stumbling, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can
still making my way.
Oh, he's wasted. He's white girl wasted, dude. Look at him. He's got all the telltale signs. Like,
he's out of it, man. You can just tell looking at him.
And he's so bobbing around. Rich, Paul. He's so rich. You could have a driver.
Oh yeah, this guy could literally never drive anywhere ever again. He's got the money to just have somebody chauffeur him around. So there's no excuse for this other than just a contempt for the other people on the road. You know, just like a complete and utter, like, you've got to be like, for somebody in this position to drive shit-faced drunk, it just shows an absolute fucking contempt for average people, because that's who is going to suffer if his ass fucking wipes out on the freeway or some shit.
Yeah, 100%. You know, his ass will be fine. He'll ragdoll his, nice new fucking $100,000 vehicle. He'll be totally fine. Yep. He'll be killed. And it's like, what a tragedy. I'm sorry I killed those 6 small orphans, but, I really had to get home. Like, so please, I gladly accept my 5 days in jail. I deserve it. I really, truly deserve it.
This always boggles my mind too, is like, my go out and get sloppy drunk days ended in my 20s. And this guy's probably what, like 60 something?
Older,
70?
70s, yeah.
You're 70 years old and you're
Paul Pelosi. He's got to be in his 70s. I'm pretty sure.
So you're like 60s or 70s, and you're still going out and getting white girl wasted and driving fucking drunk and shit. Like, man.
Oh no, he's 82, dude.
What the fuck?
This fucking dude, a geriatric fucking dude who's getting fucking sloshed.
That is insane, man. What are you even doing? Like, what are you even doing getting drunk at that age? Much less drinking and driving.
I mean, he wants to get drunk. I mean, I've got no issue with that, but I mean, like, stay your ass at home or get someone to drive you. Like Paul, you said, like, you don't do that shit. But even if you were gonna do it, you would get an Uber.
Well, yeah, like, I'm not saying I will never, like, if I was out at a fucking family gathering or something, and I had a few too many to drink or something. That's totally conceivable, even at my age. But like driving afterwards,
Yeah,
such a
that's
college kid maneuver, for an 82-year-old fucking man to be doing. I'd get a fucking Uber home.
Dude,
or some
anyone that's
shit.
that's driven while impaired or like drunk knows that you don't do it. You don't fucking do that kind of shit, dude. Like
I did it one time. I
Same.
drove drunk when I was a teenager. I was like 16.
Same.
And
Yep.
we were getting drunk at the park down the road from my fucking mom's house, and I fucking slow boated it back to the play. And when I got back home, I was like, never again.
That's how I felt, man. Like I did it one night, and I was like, dude, that was the dumbest fucking thing I've ever done. Yeah,
Yep.
like I was similar story. Like I was very young, and I was like, I cannot do that again. And ever since then, I've either had a ride or I just fucking. I mean, at this point, it's getting Uber. Like it's like,
yeah,
it's not even difficult to get a ride. Call a cab, something, man. Don't fucking do it. But
Yeah,
this
'cause
guy
even
being
back when I was a
82,
teenager, they got 24-hour cabs everywhere. I could have got a cab. I could have fucking honestly, the shitty thing is I could have walked. Like I said, I
Right.
was like probably 10 blocks from my mom's house or some shit. And I just fucking
dude, I remember one of Steve's birthdays. He had a friend and we all got sloshed. I was at my mom and Steve's house though, so I'm like, I was good. I was drunk as fuck, but I'm like, dude, I don't have to drive anywhere, so I'm golden. And his buddy's like, he's gonna drive home. And this dude was fucking 3 sheets of the wind. I'm like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. He's like, no, I'll be fine. I'll get back. I just gotta go a couple blocks, just gotta stay in the line.
yeah.
Like, dude, you shouldn't do it. I mean, he was fine. He got back and nothing happened, but
I mean,
like, I can't
that's
imagine doing
most
that
of the
myself.
time. That's what happens. Most of the time, people fucking totter their way home. But if this guy's just getting pulled over for this, it's probably a regular thing for this 82-year-old man to go out, drink too much, and drive.
Yeah, he just happened to get caught this night.
Fuck.
You seem pretty shaky on your legs, and I don't want you to fall over. So.
Well, I'm not gonna fall over.
Yeah, let me just lean on this car a little bit.
Well, just based on what I'm seeing, I don't feel comfortable having you perform the test because I don't want you to have the potential.
Yeah, I don't want you to fall and break a hip, old man.
It's like, yeah, you're gonna have to go to the station and get the blood test or something, or the breathalyzer.
I want to see him put the cuffs on this fucking rich fuck. We get to see that.
Oh, of course not.
I want to see the. Oh, there it is.
Is it?
Maybe.
Is it there?
I don't know. Let's see.
I think his hands are in his pocket.
No, he's just in his
One
pocket.
night stand and walk and turn. Well, I didn't even have him do it just because he's constantly grabbing onto the patrol car just to be able to keep his balance.
He's just
Trump is a
wandering off.
skunk. Oh man.
What's that, Sonny Jim? Yeah, maybe had a few too many tonight. I don't know.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband pleaded guilty to a DUI. I mean, yeah. What else are you gonna do? Any part of his probation, he will have to immediately enroll in, pay for, and successfully complete a licensed DUI program for 3 months, and pay $7,000 in fines, dude. Less than a slap on the wrist for
I
something.
mean,
like
he's a
this.
fucking multi-millionaire. That's nothing.
Yeah. He'll also be limited for 1 year to driving a car equipped with an ignition interlock device. Yeah, he's gonna have to breathalyze his car for a year. I mean, at this age, they should just revoke his license. He should just never be on the road again.
Yeah, I mean, even so, I mean, this guy's probably just gonna. I'm sure at this point, if he goes out drinking, he's probably gonna should employ someone to drive him. That's all it's gonna be.
Yeah. Which like we said,
He
I don't
should've
know
done.
why he wasn't doing that already in the first place, but
Yeah, it's too rational.
whatever.
Too rational. Makes too much sense. Too much sense.
Victims and survivors of Uvalde shooting to file $27 billion lawsuit. I mean, what are the chances that the Uvalde County
Yeah, they don't have 27 billion.
I agree that these people should be compensated to the tune of $27 billion for the death of their children and the fucking complete incompetency of the police department. But who's coughing this up? Like where they think they're going to get $27 billion?
It's basically the taxpayers. So, I mean, they're not going to get 27 billion anyways, because more than likely in Texas law, I'm not sure if they filed a federal lawsuit, but If they filed in Texas, I'm sure there's limits to how much they can actually receive in a settlement or in a lawsuit.
Yeah. Class action lawsuit, which is being filed by California-based civil rights and personal injury law firm Bonner & Bonner, will claim the victims, survivors, and their families' 14th Amendment right to life and liberty were violated. Attorney Charles Bonner told KSAT. Bonner and several other legal offices working together on the suit plan to name an array of law enforcement agencies and government entities as defendants. I mean, yeah, every law enforcement agency that responded that day is, complicit, if not at fault for this. We have the school police, okay, Arredondo. We have the city police. We have the sheriffs. So we have the Texas Rangers, DPS, and Border Patrol. Yep. And not a single one of them did a fucking thing.
Until like an hour and a half later. Yeah, like it was just so long after the violence began that anyone actually did anything. It's crazy because the parents tried to go in there. They stopped the parents from going in. Some of the police officers went and got their own children out of the school, but then denied parents the same ability. Because if the police aren't going to do it, then let the parents do it. Unfortunately, that's not how it fucking played out. I mean, so, and I think this lawsuit makes sense because at the end of the day, with the government, especially how unreactive they are to what citizens actually want, this actually forces them to actually answer in some way. Because otherwise, they're not going to do anything. They're just going to say, "Oh, we've investigated and they fucked up, and this guy will resign."
Yeah,
like it's a little bit more than that. It's a greater issue than just this guy needs to resign. This is a fucking systemic issue with the police force around here. Like they're literally showboating about how they literally have tactical response teams and they don't even tactically respond to the situation in any way that saved any lives.
Unreal. According to Banter, the lawsuit's still in the works with Bonner planning to file suit. The Department of Justice completes investigation. So they're waiting on the investigation to be completed. So yeah, this will be a federal lawsuit. But
yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
Who knows if they'll actually prevail in it or if it doesn't get dismissed quickly. But I mean, hopefully they have their day in court.
Yeah, maybe they should have to cut down some of these over bloated law enforcement agencies to cover this nut. That'd be nice. No more tanks for Uvalde. This is crazy to me. We're going back to the moon,
but
we're doing it like we've never been there before.
Really?
Artemis 1 is ready to go for launch to the moon and back, NASA says. Artemis 1 mission is ready to launch. That's a result of NASA's flight readiness review, which is conducted Monday. The review is blah, blah, blah. It's an in-depth review of whether or not they're ready to go. The go following the flight readiness review is a positive sign that things are on track for the mission, but there's still factors over the next week that could impact where it lifts off the pad. Very little remains on the task list after previous testing rounds of the rocket on the launch pad during wet dress rehearsal, which simulated every step of the launch just without the liftoff. Hydrogen kickstart used to thermally condition the engines did not occur, obviously. They're sending mannequins. That's what I'm saying. That like they're acting like we've never been to the moon before. And like we got to test out what's going to happen. They're not even sending human beings on this. It's uncrewed. It goes beyond the moon, around it, and returns to Earth. Once it launches, the spacecraft will reach a distant retrograde orbit around the moon, traveling 1.3 million miles over the course of 42 days. Artemis 1 will splash down the Pacific Ocean off the coast of San Diego on October 10th. Orion's return will be faster and hotter than any spacecraft ever experienced on its way back.
Oh, that's what they're worried about.
Yeah, I guess.
Coming back into orbit and it breaking up, and it's like, okay, well,
I just don't like, have we really fallen back in terms of our fucking technology? Because we've sent multiple teams of people to the moon in the 60s and the 70s. And now we're testing it like it's something that we don't know what to expect.
Wasn't it that the rockets can actually come back, though, is the difference? Like, because it wasn't like basically you had to shed parts of it in order to even do those missions. Like, so it was like, I think that's that was my understanding of why these programs were different, was that they didn't have to necessarily like lose the entire shuttle. Like the aircraft at that point can be reused.
Sure. I guess that's a little different.
But maybe my understanding of it's wrong. I don't know. Like I'm not too well versed in shit with NASA, to be honest with you.
Yeah, sitting in the commander's seat of Orion will be Commander Munikin Campos, a suited mannequin that could collect data on what future human crews might experience on a lunar trip. See, that's what's bugging me. Like, collect data. Like, don't we have like reams of data of what human crews experience on a lunar trip? We've sent, like I said, multiple teams to the moon.
That is true.
The mannequin will wear the new Orion. I guess they're testing new suits and shit, but I feel like there's got to be a way to do that here on the planet. The mission will kick off NASA's Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the moon and land the first woman and the first person of color on the lunar surface by 2025.
Woke.
I mean, that is kind of like they're just outright saying, like, we're going to pick a woman and we're going to pick a black person. It's like, well, if the woman and the black person are the best qualified, they should be up there, right? Isn't that the way it works? No?
Yeah, just okay. That's I mean, that's usually the standard I would have with anything. It's like I just hate there's always an insinuation of anyone's race or anything like that. It's like, no, let's just have the best person go. I don't care what that is.
As long as send a person of color to the moon.
Yeah, it's like that's a trivial detail, to be honest with you, of anybody.
It should be.
It should be, honestly. I mean, I know it's not because of we see the videos we saw previously, but in a perfect world, that's really what it would be. It would be nothing.
Yeah. This week, the Artemis team will open the hatch to Orion one more time to install a plush Snoopy toy who will serve as the mission's zero gravity indicator. Are they just fucking around? Is that what's going on here? Are we just goofing around with billion-dollar rockets? Like, let's put a Snoopy toy on there. Oh boy.
I mean, I guess it's kind of weird because you figure they would trust the technology enough to do it, but it kind of seems like it's like, nah, they don't. They really don't want to have any sort of disaster. I think what NASA's trying to do here is if something does go wrong, they're trying to avoid like another setback to NASA programs. That's, I'm assuming it's the extreme level of caution is probably centered around that.
Yeah. I never dreamed of I'd end up being an astronaut, let alone director of the Kennedy Space Center or the position I'm in now. Cabana said, I'm a product of the Apollo generation, and look what that did for us. I cannot wait to see what comes of the Artemis generation because I think it's going to inspire even more than Apollo did. Somehow doubt that, considering, Apollo was where we first sent human beings to walk on the face of the moon. I don't really think you get to reboot that and overdo it, but we'll see.
You know what you got to do? You got to go to Mars, Paul. We can up the ante. It's like, all right, they went to the moon. Look, I heard the moon, great place. What's even greater? Mars.
I mean, I gotta say, if you went back in time to when the Apollo missions were still happening, like I said, in the fucking 70s and 60s and shit, and asked people like, hey, in 2022, what will astronauts be doing? They'd say they'd be going to Mars. So I feel like we're just like, I don't know. I'm fine with this. I'm all for NASA funding and space exploration and stuff. I think it's important for us to do that type of shit because we're on the clock here. Even more so now that we've decided we're not going to do anything of substance about climate change.
Yeah, I got that terraforming to Mars real quick.
But it just seems like we're like going backwards. This seems like the type of test that would have been flown, in the years preceding the first moon launch. But whatever. I guess we got to test it out before we go. So going back to the moon.
Going back, dude.
This is a huge nope. And another, this is what we're doing. Look what we're doing to the planet. Sharks can walk now. You heard this?
All right, dude. Get machine guns, point them at every ocean.
Yep.
We gotta do what we gotta do. I mean, look, I'm an environmentalist. I fully support, trying to deal with climate change in a sensible way, but this is, now we're going too far. Like, if these things become self-aware and they can walk on land, think about this, guys. You're fucked. You're gonna be in your bed like, oh, hey, that feels nice. Oh, God, what?
Fuck,
it's a fucking horror movie, dude. You can't fucking let these guys do this shit.
Land sharks coming up out of the fucking water, Scotty.
Yeah, dude, I don't trust those motherfuckers.
Build the wall.
Dude, build the wall around the ocean.
Yep. Wall around the ocean. These motherfuckers, they have no right to be jumping up and walking around on land. Researchers at a Florida university say a small but feisty, dangerous and deadly is what they want to say. Small but feisty species of carpet shark with an extraordinary ability to walk on land is evolving to better survive warming seas and the climate crisis. The epaulette shark, commonly found on shallow reefs of Australia and New Guinea, can, of course, it's Australia too. That's exactly what Australia needs is sharks walking around on land because they ain't got enough danger, you know. They can walk up to 30 meters on dry land using their paddle-shaped fins, and they can survive hypoxia, which is a deficiency of oxygen, for up to 2 hours.
Oh, my dude, we're fucking watching evolution take place, Paul.
Yep, in real time, and it is not good.
Fuck.
The Florida Atlantic University biologists and their research partners in Australia say these remarkable abilities enable the reef-dwelling sharks to survive increasingly hostile environments as conditions change. Such locomotor traits may not only be key to survival, but also may be related to their sustained physiological performance under challenging environmental conditions. Man, I just, dude, it's not going to be long. You're going to be walking along the beach placidly, holding hands with your wife, and then a fucking great white is going to toddle up out and eat both of you. You know what I mean?
It's going to happen, dude. I mean, just think about this shit, Paul. Like, it's like you have the Petri dish, right? And it's like, this kills 99% of bacteria. What's left? The fucking hardy 1%, dude.
Yep.
We're going to kill off all these animal species, but the ones that fucking stick around, Paul, oh, man, they're going to be some fucking crazy ass shit, dude. It's going to be like fucking... Like you're right. It's either gonna be a great white, or you're gonna go to the ocean. It's gonna be a fucking jellyfish that's self-aware and just fucking grabs you like a neck. Maybe it imitates a person's voice. Help me, and you're like, oh, that child needs help there. It's like waving at you. Then we're gonna be preyed upon by this shit, dude. Maybe that fucking stupid After Earth movie starring Will Smith. Maybe that shit was real, Paul.
Yep.
Maybe it was fucking. Maybe they're right.
Maybe so.
Fuck,
I don't
dude,
like
that's a shit
this
movie
at all.
too.
It really is. It's one of the worst movies ever made, in my estimation. It is garbage. But yeah, I mean, in that movie, humans had to flee Earth, and then every species on the planet evolved to kill humans.
I mean, you had why?
Like giant vultures and giant hyenas and bears and shit all coming after humans. Now the sharks are coming up out.
Oh man. What are we doing in this environment, Paul? Fuck, dude. Sharks that are fucking walking around. Fucking soon gonna be fucking tricking us and shit. Soon be crawling into our houses. Australia, you guys are fucked. You guys have so many dangerous animals, and you guys are gonna have it the worst. Like, Australia is probably gonna be the first civilization to fall, in my estimation.
Well, if somebody knocks on your door and they've got an Australian accent, don't open it, because it might be a shark in a business suit. You know what I mean? Excuse me there, mate. Can you open the door for just a second? I'd like to talk to you.
Yeah, no problem.
Nope.
Come on in. Where are you from? Another foolish human.
Like shooting ducks in a barrel. This is, I mean, some more good cop news. Officers face no charges in Rayshard Brooks shooting.
Of course, the police completely innocent.
Yeah, of course. Completely exonerated of any wrongdoing. 2 white Atlanta police officers who clashed with Rayshard Brooks acted reasonably during the 2020 encounter that ended with the 27-year-old black man's fatal shooting. A specially appointed prosecutor said Tuesday in announcing his decision not to pursue charges against him. Our officer Garrett Rolfe, who shot and killed Brooks in June 2020, and Officer David Brosnan faced a quickly evolving situation when Brooks lunged and grabbed one of their tasers during an arrest attempt. There's 2 of them. They should have been able to subdue him without shooting him. We did not look at this without 2020 hindsight, given the quickly changing circumstances. Was it objectively reasonable that he used deadly force? And we conclude that it was. Well, in my opinion, you've concluded wrong. I don't know, man. 2 cops and the guy's grabbing at your fucking taser. I don't really think that means that you can just execute the guy, but apparently the courts disagree with me.
I'm guessing their reasoning being that if he got hold of the taser, he then could have incapacitated them and then killed them if he chose to do so. So it's basically just like a slippery slope kind of.
Well, there were 2 of them though, so like a taser is pretty much a one-shot Johnny. You know
he shoots the guy with the taser. His buddy gets surprised. He knocks that dude out. Boom, kills them both because he's evil.
Wow.
He's just total. Paul, you're not factoring in the total malevolent evil force this guy actually was. Like,
that's true.
I mean, did he make a bad decision lunging for a cop's taser? Yeah, I mean that's pretty evident. did he deserve to die for it? That seems extreme. I mean, if you said he lunged for a gun or he had a weapon, I think you could understand that more. This was just, I mean, a very foolish action, but did he deserve to die? No. Like, yet again, justice being, meted out on the streets. It's like, here you go. We solved it. There's no need for a trial. He's dead.
Yeah. Oh, so anyway, yeah, Rayshard Brooks, the killers of Rayshard
Justified,
Brooks.
of course, yeah, because and Paul, if we as citizens committed a similar act and killed someone because we feared for our safety, automatically we'd be afforded the same thing, a special prosecutor to look over our case.
Of course.
Only the fucking police do. They kill you, then it was justified. Oh, he fought. Look, he fought, Paul. He fought, so he deserved to die. There you go. I got you.
It's 2-on-1, man.
Well, something bad could have happened. I've never seen this video, but I have to go out and on my way to look at it because it's just crazy to me when I see these things. And I mean, sometimes police shootings can be justified. I'm not in the camp of that it's never possible, but to me, it's a super high standard and it's super rare that standard is actually reasonably met.
Yep. I honestly don't think that rank and file cops like this, like traffic stop type cops, should even be armed with a deadly weapon. But that's just me. Maybe I'm a little fucking crazy.
Well, I think shootings.
I think deadly weapons should be the purview of tactical officers who are responding to an emergent situation where there's a weapon involved. I don't think that the average Joe Schmo needs to be walking around with a goddamn fucking pistol. If this guy managed to beat up these two cops and run away, good on him for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it seems pretty unlikely, but yeah, sure.
Get better training. Get better fucking... start hiring people not for how fucking stupid and Neanderthal-like they are, but for how well-trained they are. Train these people to de-escalate and take people down non-lethally. They just don't need it. Nobody running around a neighborhood needs a fucking goddamn gun. Least of all, one of these fucking dumbass cops.
Definitely not, man. Definitely not.
Some more cop shit. Florida deputy resigns. Why was he given the chance to resign? After pulling a gun on a pregnant black mother during a traffic stop.
What? Are these guys out of their fucking minds? He pulled a gun?
Yep, during a traffic stop. Let's take a look.
I was so nervous, so scared. I mean, the gun part was just,
yeah, I'd be nervous and scared too if someone put a gun at me.
Ebony Washington of Jacksonville is a mom of 3 and 4 months pregnant. She was going 72 miles per hour in a 55-mile-per-hour zone in Bradford County.
What a rebel.
The deputy
man.
Lights and
She was
sirens.
skating. Okay, write her ticket.
She gets to a convenience store. Body camera video shows the deputy pulled his gun on the van immediately. Washington got out of the car with her hands raised, and she explains why she did not stop immediately.
I'm in the middle of nowhere and my husband tell me not.
Your excuse means nothing to me right now.
Ebony told her daughter to record video.
Your excuse means nothing to me right now. What a reasonable statement by a public servant.
Gotta love it, man.
Your reasoning means nothing to me right now. It's like if she's still stopped, it's like, it shouldn't be that should not be like, look, as long as she's not trying to flee or destroy evidence or do whatever from the police, if she pulls over and it's like my flashes are on, I'm gonna go here where it's a public space. That doesn't really seem unreasonable.
Yeah, as a black woman, she was probably smart to pull over in a place where there was some more public involved, and it's way more dangerous to pull over on a fucking road like that. So
it is. It really is.
There really ought to be a fucking rule about that. Like, you take the next exit, the cop follows you, you pull in as soon as you can into a safe parking lot somewhere.
Yeah, then yeah, exactly.
Don't cops get killed all the time on the roadside during stops like that shit?
Yeah, they do. It does happen quite often. I mean, people get hit by cars, unless the person is like impaired. That's what I'd say. The only time I would understand, like Paul Pelosi, they're like, yeah, he can't drive to the next exit. But, unless it's obviously someone's impaired, if it's something like this, like a speeding infraction, I mean, that's not a big deal anyways.
Oh, what a nightmare.
Because we know in most areas, most people speed. So it's like, whatever. It's one of those laws that's so selectively enforced.
Yep. Man. Oh yeah. Here's some Schadenfreude for you. a super yacht sinking off the Italian coast. And I wish that this would actually like damage the rich person that owns it. But you know, they've got insurance out the fucking wazoo for this thing.
Yeah,
and
they're not worried about this. Yeah, their super yacht is fully insured. They're probably gonna get a better yacht, dude. This probably means this instead of a 130-foot yacht, it's gonna make a 160-foot yacht. They're gonna upgrade.
This motherfucker might have sunk it on his own just to get the insurance money.
Oh no, it sunk. Oh well. You're like, give me the money.
But I still feel good when I see somebody's
Of course, yeah.
rich bullshit going to the bottom of the ocean.
It's still gonna be an inconvenience. Let's be honest.
For some reason, this thing is. It seems like its engine is still on because it's still like treading water. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
She's going down, boys, to Davy Jones' locker.
Yeah, it's got the air bubble. Like, it'll say, going down. See you later.
I want to see this thing sink below the waves forever. It'll be a nice natural reef at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, it will be.
Sink, sink, sink. Yes. Head first. There she goes.
And what even? Why did this brand new mega yacht just randomly sink?
Let's see. A video released by the Coast Guard showed the yacht named My Saga.
It was a short saga. How about that?
Yeah, your saga ends pretty tragically. Struggling against the waves were sinking near Catanzaro Marina on Saturday. Officials confirmed that 9 people were rescued. Its cause of the incident is under investigation. My Saga was built in Italy in 2007. At the time of the incident, the boat was en route from Gallipoli to Milazzo under a Cayman Islands flag. Yeah. Lots of questions. Crew reports her taking on water near the stern. Patrol boats respond and remove passengers while the crew remain aboard. Tug arrives and starts to tow, but the list becomes unmanageable. Did the patrol boats or tug not have portable pumps to counter the flooding? Why did she suddenly start taking on water near the stern? Did the insurance policy rub a hole in the hull?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah, someone wanted to get free of this thing. Like, hey, how do I get free of that? Oh, I know. We'll sink it.
Yeah, I bet there's some tax benefits to having that off your books now.
Almost certainly.
India fires 3 officers for accidentally launching a missile into Pakistan back in March. Yeah.
These things happen, man. What do you expect them to do?
This is a dangerous one, too, because these are like 2 nations that are very bellicose against one another and are both nuclear armed nations as well. So this type of shit could spiral out of control.
Oh, yeah, very easily.
The Indian Air Force said on Tuesday the government had sacked 3 officers for accidentally firing a missile into Pakistan. How do you accidentally fire a fucking missile, man?
Yeah, don't push that button. What happens if I put? Oh, I pushed it. What happens if I do that? It might actually fire a missile into Pakistan. My bad.
The button, it looks so red and cool though. I gotta
just come on. It's like, yeah, like how do you accidentally fire a missile into another country?
I don't know. Military experts have warned of the risk of accidents or miscalculations by the neighbors, which have fought 3 wars and engaged in numerous smaller armed clashes, usually over the disputed territory of Kashmir. The BrahMos missile, a nuclear-capable land attack cruise missile jointly developed by Russia and India, was fired on March 9th, prompting Pakistan to seek answers from New Delhi on the safety mechanism. Yeah. They have the same question as us. Like, how do you accidentally fire a nuclear capable long range missile?
Just you're in there and you're like, oh my God, let's fire a missile. Then it's like, oops, let's fire a missile at another country. And it's like, it's there. And sorry.
Have you ever seen War Games, that old 80s movie with Matthew Broderick?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
That movie begins inside of a nuclear missile silo and actually shows some of the protocol that goes into firing a nuclear missile in America. And it's like they get a coded message. They have to break open a box and compare the codes. Then 2 guys on opposite ends of the room have to turn their launch keys at the same time in order to arm the missile for firing.
Yeah.
I don't... unless, maybe in Pakistan or India, it's not, maybe they don't have the same protocol or whatever.
I don't know. Maybe not, but it sounds like they don't. It sounds like the standard there is if 3 guys want to launch a fucking missile, they can.
Yeah. I mean, because this is a big oopsie right here. I mean, any oopsie that could touch off thermonuclear war has got to be handled pretty
It's gotta be a
seriously.
pretty big oopsie. I'm gonna take a leak, Paul. I'll be right back.
All right. According to the U.S. Base Arms Control Association, the BrahMos missiles ranges between 300 kilometers, 186 miles, and 310 miles, making it capable of hitting Pakistan's capital, Islamabad, from a northern Indian launch pad. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Well, how's it going out there, folks? Have a little chat. I've just been not looking at the chat because I got a little hot under the collar earlier. That is something that just like it bugs me, man. If I'm wrong about something, go ahead and correct me. But when I'm not wrong and somebody just is like writing smug paragraphs and shit, man, that is one way to get me hot under the collar every fucking time. Because it just drives me nuts that there are people out there that are, I'm gonna correct like that. That's why they watch shit. I'm gonna correct. It's like, man, I'm 42 years old, man. I'm a grown ass man. I don't need you following me around with a fucking pooper scooper. All right. I'm doing good. I'm feeling okay, man. Thanks for asking. Everybody always asks what it do. Nobody ever asks how it do, man. Yeah. Nobody likes the actually guy. Yeah. I mean, it just drives me nuts, man. It drives me nuts for them. Like personally, there's not a whole lot at stake, if somebody's going to do shit like that, but like, just, it makes me imagine, like I have this, brain that just imagines this guy's whole life being sitting around watching live streams and trying to find people like misusing words. It's just like, get a fucking
you use the wrong tense of that word, Paul, you fool.
Yeah. I mean, like, as I get older, I feel like the one thing that I've earned from society at large is to be left the fuck alone. Like, if I say don't correct me unless I'm fucking wrong, motherfucker. Correcting another human being ought to be something that you do very, very, carefully. Nearly 4 in 10 Americans say 2 political parties are not enough. So nearly 4 in 10 Americans are about 30, 40 years behind the curve. That's good to know.
Oh, like throwing the football from one side to the other, and when they're pretty much like the distance between them is like this, that might not really be conducive to change.
Yeah, we're playing 1-inch football.
Yeah, hike. Okay, what there? Hike. Okay, all right. Oh shit, it's 4th down. Oh, we didn't make it. All right, they get the ball back. All right, we got it. Okay. It's like, what is this shit, dude? It's like, of course this isn't gonna work. And then, if an idea of a third party in America is just so antithetical to so many people, it's like, are you kidding me? You want to do a third party or a fourth or whatever? You're out of your mind. You're throwing your vote away. It's like, a lot of other countries have multiple parties and they have like ruling coalitions and shit, right?
You know what? I'm starting to think that these 2 parties, basically the same party, maybe we need more than 2.
It's like, oh man, fucking welcome to the 21st century.
What about the 6 of 10 that went, nope, it's good.
Yeah, I know. So that's really what this should lead. Nearly 6 in 10 Americans are too stupid to realize that the 2-party duopoly is ruining this country. Nearly 4 out of 10 Americans want more political parties to choose from, according to a recent survey. According to a Pew Research study, 39% of Americans said the following sentence describes their views extremely well. I often wish there were more political parties to choose from in this country. Also, another 32% of Americans want more political parties. A lot of the reason is because of the division between the 2 current parties. Yeah, the division is in rhetoric only. When it comes to policy, there is no division between the 2 parties, which is really the problem.
Yeah, let's see. Corporate welfare, check.
Yep.
Subsidies for the defense industry, check. Massive defense spending bills, check. It's like
overseas misadventures, check.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, so any major policy points, it's like really the difference in between is fluff. It's a bunch of fluff and it's backroom deals. And yeah, is there a difference? Sure, there's some difference, but there's not much. It's very little. It's almost like it's almost like personal preference differences more than anything. If we're just being honest, like it's like, how do you want to fuck Americans over? I'd like to do it a little more gently. I'm more forceful. I don't agree. I want to fight about this.
But look at this useless rhetorical difference that people are acting on. The study found that 72% of Republicans believe Democrats are more immoral than they are, compared with the 47% that would say so in 2016. Conversely, 63% of Democrats believe the Republicans are more immoral. You're more like these two like complete moral cripples of like standing there pointing the finger. It's the Spider-Man meme. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Oh, jeez.
It really is, isn't it?
Those are some of their So people don't even care for the right reasons. So this, like, even if you look at this and go like, oh, that's
They're
good.
bad.
Yeah, they just care because Republicans bad, not because Democrats and Republicans same. Which is the real fucking problem.
They're bad. You're bad. We're bad. It's like, you know what? The result is the same. It's like, however you want to diagnose it on the front end, the result's the same, is that it's not working for the average citizen.
Yeah.
That's the long and the fucking short of it. If the result's the same, even if you think there is this huge chasm, no, there's a massive difference. In the end, the result speaks for itself. So,
yep. You know what? I'm gonna go take a leak real quick too. I'll be right back,
man. Talk to these crazy fucking people. Yay, me again. Are you happy for yourself? Is that why you're happy? Let's see. People pay a lot of money to keep people thinking there's a difference between the big two. Well, yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, you have to, if you have an illusion, the illusion has to work. Hello, hello, hello. I don't even know what that means. You're eating ramen? Sweet. Is it spicy ramen? Oh, you went back to your... well, I'm sorry. I didn't know your original name. Talk to me. What's up? What's up? Tell us how you really feel. Pretty stoned. That's how I feel right now. I feel pretty stoned. Let's see. Did y'all already talk about Joe Biden's? Yep, it's one of the first things we talked about. So I don't know if you can go back and watch it, but yeah, we did talk about that earlier on in the show. I bought you guys a gift. Well, thank you.
A gift. Ooh.
Thoughts on spring rolls? I'm more of an egg roll guy.
Yeah,
personally.
I definitely prefer the fried ones than the just like rice paper wrapped ones for sure. Spring rolls, not great.
Oh, see, let's see. I'm having a panic attack. Okay, well, just breathe in and breathe out. Slow and deep breaths. That's what you need to do.
One of the things I do when I'm having one of my frequent panic attacks is if you take a deep breath, hold it for 10 seconds, and then slowly release the breath over the course of the next 10 seconds, and then do it again. Do that 3 or 4 times in a row. It actually will help up the amount of carbon dioxide in your system, which can help a lot of the hyperventilation and shit that you get. I never do that. Amelia taught me that little trick, and it actually does work to stop those. So,
oh yeah, good breathing exercises, man. Because I mean, you don't realize a lot of times if with anxiety and other things like that, you can like hold your breath. That's why it's like, because people don't realize that, so they start like feeling lightheaded because you're doing like this. You're like, you're just holding it in. You're not breathing. So it's definitely
shallow, rapid breathing is another thing that people do, like almost panting. And so, yeah, that'll cause your.
I can't feel my face. That's because you're not breathing right.
That sounds like. Did you just do a big rail of cocaine?
Yeah, unless you did a bunch of cocaine, you should go calm down. You probably shouldn't be watching a podcast. You should go calm yourself down. Yeah, as far as that. Yeah, go get some help. Go calm down. Let's see here.
All right, what else oh shit, oh, there we go. This is some great news for the planet. Nepal's holy Bagmati River is choked with black sewage and trash.
Ugh.
Awesome. Look at this picture here.
That's so sad, dude.
Just garbage fucking lining the fucking high on a mountain in the Himalayas, pristine drops fall from the mouth of a tiger statue installed at the stream thought to form the headwaters of the Bagmati River. long revered for having the power to purify souls. From there, it winds its way downhill past verdant forests and merges with other waterways, irrigating fields of rice, vegetables, and other crops that are a livelihood for many Nepalese. But as the Bagmati reaches the valley of Kathmandu, the capital, its color changes from clear to brown and then to black, choked with debris. Its contents undrinkable and unsuitable for even cleaning. During the dry season, an overwhelming stench pervades the area by its banks. Oh, man.
Oh, God. So garbage and raw sewage is dumped directly into the waterway.
Man, I'm telling you, man, these are the types of stories that really make me a misanthrope. I really honestly think that if you look globally, the best answer is for human beings to just die off in a plague or something.
I mean, yeah, seriously. Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, look at how you remember all the stories during the COVID lockdowns about how like wild spaces were coming back and like animals were starting to come back and shit.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, it's nice. Yeah, like look there, this is happening. This is happening. Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah, as soon as we're not around, nature is starting to heal itself. It's like, oh, fuck me, man.
We're back.
Oh, God. Look at this
Dude,
shit.
look at that, man. Like, oh, that's so fucking depressing to think about just waterways being destroyed like that.
And it used to be a beautiful, clear river. You know what I mean? And now it's just filled with shit. The capital, the Bagmati sludge, oozes past several sacred sites, including I'm not even try that, at a temple declared by the World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1979. The sprawling complex comprises a golden-roofed main temple dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva. Well, I tell you what, Shiva should come back and reap revenge on these people.
Yeah,
all
seriously.
of us, in fact, because we're all to blame for this shit. It's not just the people in fucking Kathmandu.
Yeah, single-use plastics, dumping sewage. I mean, the sad thing is that none of that's necessary. Absolutely none of it is. And it's just 100% by choice. And yeah, you're right. A lot of communities do this too. So it's not like you can exempt anyone.
Yeah. Here's some flaming garbage just being dropped into the once beautiful, pristine river.
Yeah, look at it go. Look at it go. Man.
Oh, this is the cremated remains of somebody. Yeah. Okay.
I would not want to be put in that river. Let's put it that way, you know? Yeah. You can burn me up, but don't fucking dump me in this river.
Nope.
You'll become one with the sludge below.
Well, at least it's not a super long river. Oh, wait. It is.
So a bunch of people rely on this water every day to live.
Yep.
And they're just destroying it. Great.
Here's a
oh my God, dude. You can just see it.
Yeah, just the oily black nonsense just flowing down through the city. Like, that's got to be the sign of a species that's run its course, right? Is when you fuck up your own water and food supply to the point of no return.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
even
you want
like
this to be like clear.
We like to look back at people in ancient times as stupid, but like even they understood that you don't shit upstream. You know what I mean? You don't fuck up your waterways. You don't hunt to the point of there being no game next year and shit. Like, they had a closer connection to this shit. Now we're just.
Well, dude,
like
think about this. Think about that. Just like I think even almost even better way to illustrate it is like if you take a bath, let's say you're dirty, right? And you look at the water and the water's all dirty. Now think about it, that's a river that people are depending on to live. And what does it look like? Does it look like a fucking thriving ecosystem? It looks dirty. It's like it's like basically the fucking humanity's collective just filth is contained in this river.
Yep. It's filthy. It reeks during the dry season. Gotta love it. Let's see. There's another video of people toddling around on the banks of this river. Let's see. I'll hit the YouTube button so we can actually get a full screen. Oh man, look how sad this is.
Yeah, that's what it looks like at the source.
Yep. Near the source, that's how clear the water is.
mean, you just look at this stuff and it's like, how can this not be a wake up call that you just can't do this? You can't. This is the end result.
Yeah, who knows?
And this is literally to people in this region, like sacred to them, and this is still happening to it.
Ugh, look at this.
God,
Raw
just
sewage
sludge.
getting dumped.
It's all it's just,
directly.
everything's just becoming fucking sludge there.
Yeah. They like, there's like all these like rituals that the people do there, but I mean, I wouldn't put my fucking hand off in that water
Oh, no,
for nothing.
you're going to the sludge.
Ugh.
Like, it used to be done with river water. I guess they no longer even use.
Yeah, they're
river water to do
using
the
bottled
ritual.
water to do the rituals now because the river's so fucked. Ugh, man.
Oh my god,
Oh,
Paul.
I think this like. Did we already cover this? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
I think I might have pulled it twice accidentally. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Giuliani used a tunnel under Mar-a-Lago to go back and forth from Trump's home where he stayed while he was depressed and drinking heavily.
What the fuck, dude? Really?
He's got a
man.
secret tunnel directly to Trump's house, and he wandered around in the tunnels drunk.
Donald, that's not fair.
After losing the 2008 GOP presidential nod, Giuliani moved into Trump's Mar-a-Lago club, a tunnel underneath the Palm Beach estate where Giuliani used to travel back and forth unseen. His wife said he started drinking heavily and fell into a clinical depression after leaving the race. Oh, man.
Well, Giuliani.
Rudy Giuliani at one time secretly stayed at the former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago club, where he used an underground tunnel to go back and forth at the resort when he was depressed and drinking a lot.
Oh my god, no. Rudy, what are you doing?
It just keeps coming for Rudy, and he is looking like every picture I see of him, he looks like 25-30% worse than the last picture I saw of him. Like now he's just gone orange like Trump. Look at him.
Oh, you can even see it, dude.
Yeah,
Look
you
at the
can
top
see.
of his head. Yep.
Yep.
He does like see Trump does like, a little bit better, but he doesn't want to like go full on orange like on his like hairline. Oh, dude, it's so awful.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see why he's doing it, dude. Because I can see that skin that's not, and yeah, he's not looking too hot.
Yeah, he's looking like pale and gross.
Yeah, you're not like a fine wine. You don't get better with age. You're like you become vinegar. It's like, oh damn, Rudy.
Ugh.
Rudy, what are you doing? Getting drunk, drunk in the basement of Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, that's liver spotted old head, man.
The tunnel. Dude, he's like a Fallout character, dude. It's like you're going through a tunnel. There's a drunk bum talking about the shit he used. Oh, look, I lost all my caps in New Vegas. It's like, all right, buddy.
Whatever you do, don't go to New Vegas. It'll ruin you like it ruined me.
I used to be a big shot. It gives you some meaningless quest.
Believe it or not, I used to be a businessman. I gambled it all away.
All right.
You know what? Contact the developers of Fallout and have them put Rudy Giuliani in the game, please.
Holy
Please do it.
shit.
So make my dream come true.
Like, even though the housing market is, well, they're not saying it's crashing. They're saying it's correcting or whatever the fuck.
Yes, a slight correction.
The housing market has been corrected. Rent prices still fucking skyrocketing. Median rent prices hit an all-time high in July. So good
No
news
shock
for
there.
all of us, basically. The COVID-19 pandemic saw a resurgence in the popularity of suburban living, but a new report from Realtor.com shows the decision to exit city living for less crowded life is not as cheap as it once was. That used to be the whole point of people moving to the suburbs, was like,
Oh, yeah. That's
it's
like
expensive
reversed.
to live in the city center, and so you move to some shitty little town 30 miles from the city. Now it's almost worse to live in those little towns. According to the company's July rental report, renting in the suburbs is less affordable compared with renting in the city now.
Yeah, see,
So-
we talked about this last week, and people got confused on that point. That's what I was saying. Like, if you're like, no, rents didn't go down. It's like, no, in cities, in certain cities, rents went down.
Right.
But the reason is that the way it balanced out is because more people moved to suburban areas because of remote work. They're like, oh shit, I can live anywhere. Like, there's areas like Boise, Idaho, and like shit like Montana. They're just exploding right now, or like, at least were a few months ago. Because if you can live anywhere, it's like people were intentionally picking low cost of living areas. But when people discovered those areas and bought out of the housing stock, of course, all the house prices start going up because people that lived there a while, like, oh shit, I bought a house for here like 20 years ago for $100,000, and now someone's offering me $800,000. It's like, yeah, I'll sell. Take it.
Yep. Yeah, compared with 3 years ago, the rental price advantage of suburban living versus urban living decreased by nearly 53%, or 68 per month. July of 22 saw the highest U.S. median rental price of all time at $1,879 a month, and national rents remain at historic highs, regardless of urban or suburban areas. However, recent survey results suggest the market may be cooling as landlords adjust re-enter budgets for inflation, which currently stands at 8.5%.
Oh, this shit always happens, dude. Basically, everything shoots up, and they're like, yeah, the money's going to be never ending. And then it all comes crashing down. It's like, oh, wait, no one's buying this house anymore that I have listed. Oh, wait, no one can afford this rent, so no one's renting my fucking place out, and I can't sell it because prices are going down.
Yeah.
Oh, suddenly the rent's cheaper. It's like, I don't know what's driving this. Is it economics or is it greed?
I don't know, Scotty. I don't know. I just don't have the expertise to make that call,
And median wages went up, right? Yeah, no, wrong. Wrong. We're very sorry to inform you. No, it did not.
California to unveil plan tomorrow that will see sales of new gas cars banned by 2035 and force all to be electric only. So this is not going to happen right away. But yeah, by 2035, you're not even going to be able to get a permit to buy a gas car in California, basically.
Freedom's dead.
Yep. There goes freedom, man.
Yeah.
I can't choke everybody around me with the fucking huge exhaust pipe on my big Suburban that I used to tool around strip malls with, man. There goes my freedom.
Well, they'll still have a lot of those. Remember, that just means they're going to stop all new sales. So did it say used as well?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, it's better than nothing, but
yeah,
that's all you can really say for measures like this. Like, I'm glad they're banning in California, and obviously it affects the whole automotive industry because California is a huge market for cars. I mean, it really is. But as we know, I mean, if you're still going to have those until 2035 and you can still buy used vehicles, that means you can expand that out another 20 plus years.
Oh, yeah. 2050, 2060 before you even really start to see a significant change in this. Governor Newsom first announced the ban in 2020 as a means to reduce the amount of smog-induced pollution in the air, which will improve the state's air quality that is the worst in the U.S. The move will also make California the first in the world to mandate zero-emission vehicles on its roads. But many other states and countries have joined the movement and have not yet begun their bans. Thursday's launch will require that 35% of new passenger vehicles sold in the state by 2026 produce zero emissions, then 68% by 2030, and ultimately 100% 5 years after. However, California automakers are weary about the move, saying the officials need to provide more infrastructure and a better understanding of how minerals needed to make lithium batteries will be mined. Yeah, they just want to keep selling gas guzzlers. So
it's like, we need more clear rules. So you see, even if you're like, okay, we're going to capitulate to the auto industry and give them 13 plus years, it's still like, oh, we're skeptical of this. It's like, if you guys can't develop that in the next 13 years, you're just never going to do it.
Yeah.
So come on, like, there's got to be a transitional phase. Otherwise, you'll never transition away. Like,
you gotta rip the Band-Aid off at some point. You know what I mean? Like, you got to start the process if you want to do this transition. You can't just like wring your hands about how impossible it is. If you're gonna do it, you got to do it.
This is an even more ridiculous notion. How about building better public transportation instead?
Give me a break, kid.
You love him a little scamp. We'll never do that.
Show me one place in the fucking world where public transportation works, okay? I'll wait. Oh, wait. You mean pretty much all of Europe, Japan, a lot of Asia? Oh.
Yeah, a lot of those other places. But it wouldn't work here because, the economic, it just doesn't work. In this country, people can't organize themselves in that way. It's too spread out. Too spread out. We can't, it's like, what? Okay, well, how about in major cities at least? Waste of taxpayer money. Gotta have a car.
Oh, yeah, pretty much everywhere else in the world has figured out how to use public transportation to reduce the amount of traffic and the smog, except for us. We just keep sprawling. We keep building out rather than up. Arizona has passed a law barring video recording within 8 feet of a law enforcement officer. The ACLU and news organizations are now suing. So, yeah, this is exactly what we need, by the way. As you could see from the videos we saw of cops earlier, we need less people recording them as they go about their business because they're definitely not up to no good.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like, I have no fears that this will be abused. And I mean, not to mention, this is a First Amendment issue. It's like,
yeah.
When we covered this previously, and I'm glad the ACLU and these other news organizations are going to sue. And I think they're ultimately probably going to prevail because I don't think the police have a very good case here. Like, what's the case? Or what is obviously this is a law that was passed at the behest of the police. It's like, oh, you're too close to when they're filming. It's like, so what? 8 feet? So if someone's 8 feet away from you, it's like, why can't they film? Unless they're actually interfering with what's going on. Why should that be illegal? That's basically trying to restrain freedom of speech. And also, if you're in a public space, you have no right to privacy.
They are interfering, though. They're interfering with the right of these cops to beat a person to death in the middle of the street with no repercussions, Scott.
Oh, you know what? That is a very good point. If these police cannot get away with wanton brutality, then what's the point of being a cop?
The argument here is that there's some ethereal 8-foot bubble that extends around you as soon as you're made a cop, where the Bill of Rights doesn't apply.
Oh, okay.
Basically.
Yeah, I mean that makes more sense. Like, look, if you stand within 8 feet of a police officer, Bill of Rights temporarily suspended.
Yeah.
Look, guys, we have to suspend it. Sorry, but if we want to fucking throw you in jail, your rights have to be taken away. Otherwise, we're gonna look like we're in the wrong because we probably are. Let's be honest, we're the police. We're in the wrong. But too bad, so sad. You got to go.
By allowing police officers to arrest and punish people for simply recording video of their actions, the law creates an unprecedented and facially unconstitutional content-based restriction on speech about an important governmental function. Yes. The plaintiffs said that they brought the lawsuit to prevent Arizona from trampling on their rights to report news, document the activities of public service, and hold police accountable in their actions towards people that are sworn to protect and serve.
And also, why don't these cops start recording everything they do anyways?
Yeah.
Another good question.
There should be a 24/7 fucking body cam on these cops while they're on duty that never turns off, and there should be no need for people to film anything, but there's that. The sheriff said naming him in the lawsuit was disingenuous and irresponsible. Well, fuck you. You're the face of an organization trying to ban filming it.
Yeah, no lie. It's like we can see countless instances of police brutality being recorded by citizens. So this is nothing more than trying to deter people from holding the police to any sort of accountability. It's 100% what it is. We all know it. It's like, instead of actually fixing the problem, because either they're unable or unwilling to fix those problems, they just try to stop people from shining a light on it. That's all it is.
This case here is a perfect example of why this can't be allowed to happen. Like, what do you think is going to happen to Derek Chauvin in the George Floyd trial if there wasn't a recording of what was going on? Nothing.
He was fighting. He was doing this. This guy, he's a criminal. Yeah, it's basically...
It'll be his word against a dead man's.
Yeah, and 5 police officers.
Yep.
Are you saying these 5 upstanding police officers would lie? And people go, no, of course they wouldn't. They wouldn't
Of course
lie.
not. So yeah, hopefully this gets struck down with the quickness, but I wouldn't be shocked if a bunch of southern states started to make similar laws. In fact, I know that they have in the past and they've been struck down. Okay, Scotty. We've come to the final bit of content that we've got here today. And we're going to do some practice. Look, we know TJ is going to come unprepared to the gauntlet, but not you and I, Scotty. Not you and I.
Oh, he's always unprepared, dude. You know that.
So this first one is Jordan Peterson doing it's a slick infomercial talking about why he joined DailyWire Plus.
I can save us a lot of time. Money.
Yeah, he could have just said money. And that'd be it.
Yeah, I wanted to get a big fucking fat paycheck, so I did.
I wanted some money, and now I've got money. Thank you, Ben Shapiro. Thank you, Koch brothers. All right, let's see. This actually made me laugh out loud when I saw it earlier. Just this guy is so unself-aware. He thinks he is such a fucking Chad, and he is such a skinny dweeb nerd. Fucking
yeah, it's like the guy you want to put your hand on top of his head while he impotently swings his arms at you.
Yep.
I'm gonna get you. Oh, you better be scared now.
I just love the aura of fake seriousness that he just permeates everything that he tries to do. So let's take a look at this infomercial here.
Yeah, let's do it.
I recently joined forces.
The alpha male is here. The sigma male. The lone wolf. I go it alone. I am the Wolverine.
Dude. Oh man, dude!
Serious walk up, like he's about to cut a fucking wrestling promo or some shit.
Yeah, dude. This is the most important fucking thing that's ever happened. Jordan Peterson joining the Daily Wire. I mean, he may as well get paid by them. He's on their fucking show every other day.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
In a new venture they call DailyWire Plus.
Man, we got to get a hold of some of these DailyWire Plus shows and shit that they're putting out. That has got to be. I can't. Can you even imagine?
Oh, do we totally need to go and sign up for the DailyWire Plus just to see the horrible content they're putting out?
Oh.
The plan is to build a multimedia empire offering services on the philosophical, educational, journalistic, and entertainment front, including movies, TV shows, and media for children, and an empire that will not fall prey to the woke authoritarianism that has become increasingly mandatory.
I mean, honestly, from a business standpoint, it's pretty brilliant. I mean, it's like you have a bunch of people that go, Fox News ain't right. So it's like, oh, dude, we need to become the next Fox News. I mean, like, because that's really essentially what this is doing. It's like, because Ben Shapiro's got a bunch of big money backing him, and
oh yeah,
this really signifies that, like, it's like, look, why are we all fighting for a small piece of the pie when we can have a real big piece of the pie? That's honestly where the thinking went with this. It's like they realize, like, we've grown, we have enough influence, we can start our own little fucking streaming service. Why the fuck can't we?
Those bottom chompers gross me out. Yeah, me too. Kind of. I don't want to look at his teeth either. Dude, I wonder when Jordan Peterson is just going to come out and be like, I'm a fucking Christian. You know, like because that's one of the things that's always set him apart from this conservative movement that he's enjoying the benefits of, is that, you know, he's on the record saying he's not a religious person. But over the course of the last 3 or 4 years, he's just been like, I'm not a religious person, but I do everything that a religious person does. You know, I do Bible studies.
Respect religion. Kiss religion. Are you religious? Oh, no. You're right, dude. He's going to fucking come out one day like, I have seen the light.
I was watching and thank goodness we're not going to watch it here today, but I was looking at some other ones to see which ones to pull for this. And he was talking about how, like, you know, back in like 2007, I went to an Orthodox church, and it you know, says church ceremony, and it just wasn't for me. But then I went back, you know, last week, and oh, it was so calming. It was the most calming environment, you know.
Oh yeah.
So he's basically flirting with it. He wants to make a big impact with it, but he's pretty much decided he's going to do it.
places, including, let's say, the once great Disney. Why did I decide to do this? And what does DailyWire Plus offer?
Money.
First, I like working with Ben Shapiro and his crew. Shapiro and I have some great plans to undertake things together that we could not do easily apart. We're going to run a seminar on Exodus, for example, in late July, bringing together the smartest and most articulate people we both know to run through that book in an attempt to enlighten ourselves and others.
Yeah, see what I mean?
People. Yeah, Panda. Yeah, you're right, dude. There's a whole arc being built up here.
Yep. This is just like, yeah, this is what people that aren't religious do. They sit around reading Exodus. I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah, they're just trying to get that Christian dollar, dude. They're fucking, like I've said, it's brilliant grifting. I mean, this is like not grifting 101. This is like grifting, like, I don't know, the highest level of grifting. I'm not a fucking college person. I don't know what the highest level would be.
Yeah,
that's what it is here. This is like the ultimate tier of grifting.
This mealy mouth motherfucker has somehow convinced the dumbest among us that he's the Socrates of the modern age. You know, he's the greatest philosopher in the world. And that is, I mean, dude, that's got the grift of all time right there.
Which any Socrates would laugh at that notion. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Me to do another biblical series in the same vein as the Genesis productions of 2017. Then we're going to Israel to do something similar there with the holy sites of
paid vacation.
Yeah,
dude, I love it, man. They get to go fucking hang out in Israel. Probably be shown an amazing time, all while grifting. I mean, these guys are just the most brilliant grifters you can ever imagine.
Yep. I mean, like setting aside how fucking unwatchable the shit that they make is, you gotta respect the grift, because he's just like, this guy shouldn't be in charge of like a potato garden, let alone a fucking multimedia
he doesn't even believe
empire.
Any of it. Like you said, like he's pretty much on the record like this is bullshit.
Yep. And yet he's going to Israel and doing Exodus studies and shit with Ben Shapiro. It's not long before this motherfucker comes out. I'm calling it now, man. He's going to have I'm a Christian now.
Oh, boy.
And Islam. In April and May of next year, we're planning to tour Eastern Europe to talk with political and cultural leaders there, particularly about the legacy of communism and their well-grounded fears of the resurgence of such ideas in the West. And that's not all. Second,
so he's gonna re-up his benzos. He's gonna have sex with some Russian prostitutes.
Oh, for
Eastern
sure.
Europe. Yeah, the Ukrainian. I'll take a Ukrainian girl tonight. That would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro and I will be traveling all through Eastern Europe, having sex with Ukrainian whores and popping as many pills as we can find while making content that we sell to the stupidest among us,
the dumbest of all.
The shameless capitalist ethos of the DailyWire crew. They made me a great deal financially, one that offers me essentially unlimited creative freedom.
At least he admits it. At least he comes out and admits it.
Here you go. They handed me a fucking pile of cash and said, "Are you in?" And I said, "Fuck yeah."
Yeah. Your name brings 1 million views, so you can do basically whatever you want. We're gonna give you a boatload of fucking cash.
How much is the DailyWire Plus? I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah, go see if you can find out a little bit about it, because I know
join
they're just
to watch.
launching it.
All right, so I can get 35% off right now. That's a good deal. All right, so if the cheapest one I can join with is Insider Plus, which is I get to watch feature films, shows, and documentaries, read exclusive op-eds and commentary. Oh, sweet. Unlock Apple TV, Roku, and mobile apps. 10% off savings and a $30 voucher for the DailyWire Plus shop.
Wow, Scotty.
Dude,
how do you say no to that?
But Paul gets even better. All access, $20 a month or $13 a month. Everything Insider Plus, and hang out with your favorite host on live streams. Yes.
Wow.
Join live chat discussions with our writers. Shop with up to 20% off savings. And this sounds like the best of all. You can join Ben Shapiro's book club.
Oh,
wow.
That alone would be worth $100 a month right there, man. This is a deal of the century right here.
And right now, 35%. Wow. What a great deal. I mean, like, look, I know you have the Pessimist Productions Patreon, and that's all good. But I mean, if you're going to give money to anyone, it would definitely have to be the DailyWire Plus.
I love this ostentatious second camera angle that they use, where we get to see his, weird profile Just so odd the way he's like, I don't know how he's convinced people that listening to him is something that they should do, but if I could figure that out, I'm doing it too. I'm just letting you guys know. I'll be saying up yours, woke moralists.
Yeah.
I can figure out the path.
As soon as he gets his $1 million paycheck, he's gonna like, you know what? I'll say whatever you want.
I used to be, a woke moralist, but then, Ben Shapiro changed my mind.
And
I mean, you should.
You canceling your patronage right now to get DailyWire Plus? I mean, I don't blame you. You know what
I mean, look, it's a great value, guys. You can even if you do Insider Route or whatever it is, Ben Shapiro's book club. That sounds real fun. That sounds like a hoot.
And you can't compete. You can't compete. You know what I mean?
I mean, no, I can't compete with Ben Shapiro's book club. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? How the fuck can I do that?
Still means that I can use YouTube, as I have been, to offer free content to a worldwide audience. I've always deemed myself an evil capitalist. I run my own businesses on a for-profit basis, with few exceptions.
Wait, what? I've always deemed myself an evil capitalist. Okay, well, I mean,
did he just admit it?
I mean, I'm sure this is supposed to be some tongue-in-cheek thing, but it's like, no, that really is the truth, isn't it?
That's really what you are. Yeah, you're an evil capitalist.
I'm just an evil capitalist. I'm just a scumfuck, so you give me money. It's like, well, I mean, you're saying the quiet part out loud, so I guess I'll commend you for that, Jordan Peterson. I don't commend you for much, but you are a greedy evil fuck. Yes.
How does this even use Riley? How does it make him look good? He's like, I've always deemed myself an evil capitalist, and as such, I'm a whore to whoever has a fucking fistful of money for me.
Yep. Highest bidder. Look, I'm a whore. If you have $1 more, I'm with you.
I'm for sale. If tomorrow the Clinton campaign wants me to join it and become a woke moralist, all they got to do is outbid Ben Shapiro,
It's like, I'm not evil. I'm morally bankrupt, right?
Yep. Man, dude. Do you know how many fucking ridiculous, ugly sweater vests this motherfucker is going to buy with this new money, too? Look at this.
God. Another tweed vest for him.
Yeah, he looks like he's getting on the train in 18th century Great Britain or some shit.
Where's his pocket watch and the steam and the steam around him? Oh, what time is it? Oh,
toot. Oh, that's my train. Gotta go.
What's that one-way ticket to the terminus of DailyWire Plus and a handful of fucking pocket? Yeah, his bags are just like money bags overflowing.
Yep.
Oh, I know where I'm going.
That the discipline imposed by the necessity of pleasing an audience on an ongoing basis is a plus, not a minus. Third, I have been working in isolation for a long time, essentially since departing from the university. I've had a very good team of people around me, but we can only do so much while concentrating on producing high-quality educational and journalistic content. And having a professional crew of several hundred people available
to handle teleprompter read 100%. The only way they can keep it's like because it's actually really awkward for Jordan Peterson to be so on message.
Yeah,
and then I just see him like doing he's like, the DailyWire Plus is it's not a minus, it's a plus. It's like, oh, can you imagine?
Yeah,
can you imagine asking this guy just to do a pitch and he's not given a script? That'd be the greatest thing ever. He'd be like. It would just go off the rails immediately. It'd have nothing to do with DailyWire Plus.
Oh yeah, he'd be talking about like pygmies and ancient history, and just like fucking jumping from topic to topic with no sense at all. So yeah, they had to keep him on, even keeping him on message. This is we're halfway through basically. This is 4 minutes of commercial.
Logistics, filming, production, travel, editing, distribution, marketing, and merchandising is a non-trivial advantage. Fourth, it was prudent to protect myself and the intellectual property I have produced and will continue to produce. I was just banned from Twitter, synchronistically, so to speak, the same day I partnered with the Daily Wire. YouTube and I are getting...
Is that the claim he's making now, that it was the Daily Wire that made them fire him? I mean, come on, man. You're breaking the rules of the site. You're going after a trans person for no reason who has nothing to do with you, has probably never mentioned you. I don't think I've ever heard Elliot Page say word fucking one about you or Ben Shapiro or anybody else. And you're just hassling a fucking trans person. Like, what do you expect to happen, dumb fuck?
Oh, you gotta fucking love it, dude. I mean, like, even beyond that, it's like, yeah, the reason the deal happened the same day was Jordan Peterson was like looking at his bank account and was like, oh shit, this might affect the bottom line if this happens. We call up Ben Shapiro. Yeah, I'm ready to join. Yeah.
Can I get a job, Ben?
Need a little job.
Need a job.
Getting along for now, although their lack of transparency on the algorithm front is worrisome. But God only knows when I will say something that the invisible powers that be, including some that are artificially intelligent in nature, will decide that they've heard enough from the reprehensible magic super Nazi.
You're a reprehensible magic super Nazi.
That's the perfect fucking descriptor for Jordan Peterson. I know he's doing it again, like tongue in cheek or whatever, but like, man, you gotta stop because you're too serious. Like when you do tongue in cheek shit, you're supposed to throw up some air quotes or like have a look on your face that isn't the same as the look on your face when you're being like, he just called himself the
I want a
magical
Wolfenstein
super
fucking game mod where Jordan Peterson's the boss of the game. I'm a super Nazi.
It's me, the magical super Nazi.
Oh shit, look how many life bars he's got. Oh fuck.
You're like, oh no.
No, fuck. The whole time he fucking just rants at you. Then you're just like, what the fuck? I don't even know. Like your character starts taking psychological damage. Like, and another thing about the post. Oh no, God, post.
Why don't you go have your breasts cut off by a criminal doctor? Take that, woke moralist.
There are more reasons, but that's a good start. I would like to also let everyone watching and listening know that I have pored over the details of this arrangement for months. And thank you to my daughter, Michaela, and her husband, Jordan Fuller, for attending so carefully to the details of this. And that we are thrilled with the outcome and ready.
So basically,
Dad, you're going to get paid. You're going to get fucking paid.
He's basically admitting that his daughter and his son-in-law are taking care of his affairs for him because he no longer can.
To go
so
forward.
Ben Shapiro calls them up and is like, there's a fucking massive pile of money. Like, how many zeros? Just look at the number of zeros. It's like, oh yeah, Dad, you want to do this deal.
The magic super Nazi, bro. Oh.
No holds barred. To subscribe, go to DailyWirePlus.com. You will have immediate access to the new projects that we have posted, including a new mini-series, Dragons, Monsters, and Men, that I recorded as the kickoff for the DW Plus project. Daily Wire Plus has 890,000 subscribers. Netflix has 200 million. DW Plus is not woke. Is Netflix?
It's not woke. So we know how many they've got, dude. 800. That's not bad for a little fucking this little scrappy streaming service. And they, dude, they can grift. Like, look, I believe they can grift at least 10 million people.
Yep.
Daily Wire is not woke. It's asleep.
It's asleep.
Yeah.
The content's asleep. Doesn't sound too riveting, does it?
Listen, I want to make this clear. It is not woke.
Oh shit. Let me sign up now, man. It is kind of like a Pyrrhic thing that like the left has made this, pretty significant move towards civil rights and, acceptance of people despite their differences. But the term that they've used has become like a rallying call for the right to make money on.
We're not woke. We're sleeping. The anti-woke.
Dude, when I was doing pulling stuff for this show, I saw this guy make an angry speech at a school board, and he called them woke-tards. You're a bunch of woke-tards. Like, do you even know what that means? Like, the funny thing is, when you talk to these people and ask them to actually define anything they're talking about and what they're against, it's like either the most nebulous thing or it's just outright nonsense. Like, it's a bunch of pedophile, you're crazy, socialist, communist, rapist, weirdo, tranny. It's like they just go off the rails. And you're like, what the fuck are they even talking about? So if that's your demographic that you're targeting, that's like a super effective thing. So I mean, I get why he's at. There's not woke stuff here, So it's like it just has to be part and parcel of the marketing for this shit at this point. It's like, we're not woke, we're not like that, we're the opposite of that.
I can't believe the magic super Nazi thing is still getting me, man.
Of course, dude. I mean, why would it not? He called himself a magic super Nazi. Who does that? Who even in jest calls himself a magic super Nazi? Only I almost said Ben Shapiro. Almost only Jordan Peterson.
Flicks? Decide that for yourself, but give some consideration to supporting this new joint venture and help us continue educating and informing and battling on the side of tradition in the raging culture war. Go, if you
Battle
would.
to stay the same. Inertia, the inertia party.
Yep.
Go nowhere, do nothing.
Start pedaling backwards. Consider jumping on the bike and pedaling backwards against the grain, against your own progression, against the progression. Let's go back. Come back with me.
Not forward, not stay the same. Back. The backwards party.
.com to subscribe. Now,
All right. Well, that's probably enough of that. I think I got one more here. Oh yeah. Never underestimate people that you're at war with. I have no idea. I didn't watch any of this. I just picked it because it was one of the shortest clips on his channel.
The art of war, Paul. We're about to get schooled. Like it's gonna be some Sun Tzu shit.
Dude, if you go on his channel, you'll see things labeled as clip. And then you look at it and it's like an hour and 20 minutes long. You're like, what the fuck?
Clip?
Who's listening to 3, 4, 5 hours of this gobbledygook? Let's see if we can make heads or tails of this.
I'll try.
Europe is a place of pilgrimage. And we don't think of it that way, but we should. Okay. You have more tourists in Europe than you have citizens. And the question is, well, why is that? And the answer is very straightforward. It's beauty, period, the end. And especially for someone from New York, or from North America, but from any more modern place, coming to Europe is nourishing in an extraordinarily deep way to see these old communities and these beautiful buildings. It's necessary. It's not optional. That's why people spend so much money doing it. That's why they work to be able to do it. They work at things they don't want to do to be able to come and spend a week in Paris or a week in Milan. Or
I always, when I'm watching these Jordan Peterson talks, I always end up looking at the other person more as they try and just remain stone-faced as this turns into a spun out ramble. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see. Yes. Oh.
Yeah. Imagine being stuck across from this dude as he breathes that hot ass breath in your face and just won't ever stop.
Or a week in
So you
Helen.
have enjoyed your time here.
It's beautiful. The old town is so beautiful. It's crazily beautiful. And it's concerning. The more modern Europe becomes, the more it looks generic. And as an economic decision, it's so foolish. You have this immense heritage of stunning beauty, and it's almost incalculably financially worthwhile. It's like, capitalize on that. That's what you have to offer the world, and it's something. It's something. It's not power and dominion and oppression and the oppressive imperial patriarchy. That's not it at all. It's, at minimum, it's beauty. And beauty, well, that's Dostoevsky's line, beauty will save the world.
Absolutely. And my final question is, we have really made
this work. Right. I do not know what you say, but...
Oh, yes. Let's wrap this up. My final question. Yes, whatever you say. Yes.
Beautiful.
This guy is insufferable. Dude, trust me, I know. He's one of those guys I've really tried to be charitable. Like, I've listened to probably more Jordan Peterson than your average person of a similar political makeup to mine, because he's obviously not speaking from a perspective that I agree with most of the time. But I've tried to give him, like, just to find out, like, what makes this guy tick with other people? Like, why is he so popular? Why is he so revered on the far right? And I couldn't tell you. I honestly don't know why dumbasses have latched on to this fucking guy, because, like, even if you're not especially if you're not understanding what he's talking about on the academic level that he's talking, like, why would you ever support that? You know, like,
I don't know. It's kind of baffling, but I think it's a combination of people like reading into what he says, and I think he's smart. Like, they view him as this intellectual force. that can more coherently like kind of voice their views and put opinions to it. And I think it's like, okay, so that's good. So like this is like a champion of our cause. You know what I mean? Like there's no more of this woke stuff.
Even though they don't know, like that's the only thing they understand that he says is I'm not woke and I don't like woke. And then he Kierkegaard and
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then it all just goes off the rails. It's just like every once in a while he says something that that makes sense. And like I just think that many people, a lot of the intellectualism has fled the right. So I think there's just a vacuum for it, and people like him are able to exploit that.
Yeah, clearly.
Old town, beautiful, but we are afraid of Russia.
Yes.
They may come and reconquer again.
Yeah.
And I have a question which you may or may not answer because you don't definitely have the information available. But as a clinical psychologist, what do you think? Is Mr. Putin crazy?
No. Definitely not. No.
No, not at all.
As a psychologist, is this world leader crazy? It's like, man, how little understanding do you have of psychology?
Yeah, is he crazy, man? It's like, what? How can he possibly die? I mean, like, in fairness to Jordan Peterson, how would he diagnose Putin with anything?
Yeah, you shouldn't diagnose anybody that you can't sit down and actually fucking examine, and you can't even get FaceTime with Vladimir Putin, let alone hear his innermost desires and shit. So, what a stupid question.
You never want to underestimate the people that you're at war with. That's a big mistake. I see no evidence at all for clinical psychopathology on Putin's side. And Russians are complicated, and he's complicated. He is by no means the worst leader that Russia's had in the last 100 years, not by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not standing up for Putin, but I'm not going to casually demonize him. You can't take your simplistic understanding of Adolf Hitler or Joseph Stalin, which is incomplete, and then say, well, that's Putin. It's like,
this is the same guy. The guy that's arguing for nuance for Putin is the same guy that's making his nut going, I'm not woke. You know?
Yeah. It's like you make pronouncements on that side, but there's nuance when it comes to Vladimir Putin and his government.
Yep.
Wow.
Just so much nuance and charitability for Vladimir Putin, but when it comes to your ideological opponents, just zero. Like when it comes to like somebody that's not even your opponent, Elliot Page. Instead of just keeping your fucking mouth shut about Elliot Page, you got to go out and fucking misgender constantly and you know what I mean? Like it's just so selective, these fucks. But yeah, he can't like say, oh yeah, Vladimir Putin's fucking crazy, because the right loves Vladimir Putin. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh yeah, they do.
look, we're in trouble here. Wars tend to spread, and everyone thought when the First World War started, it'd be a few months. And then when it wasn't, they thought, well, we'll win easily. It's like, no, that isn't what's going to happen. And the people thought the same thing in World War II. And they thought the same thing in Afghanistan. And so this is a localized Ukraine-Russia conflict. Well, first of all, no, it's not. It's a war by proxy of Russia against the entire West. Obviously, now all the world isn't on board with that, but much of the world is, but not all of it. And so, you know, you might say when your sleeve gets caught in an industrial machine and only an inch of your sleeve is in, you think, well, I've still got my whole arm. It's like, yeah, for the next 10 minutes. But don't be thinking that that's how it's going to be in half an hour. And it'll be an absolute bloody miracle if this doesn't engulf us all.
Wow, what stunning insight. I gotta say, man, I have never heard this high level of insight.
War never changes.
Yeah.
I might as well go play a fucking Fallout game. At least that'll be entertaining instead of hearing like conflict spreads. What? Really?
Oh man. All right. Well, I think I've heard enough of Jordan Peterson. Unless you want to hear some more, Scotty.
Oh no, please keep okay.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, dude. You think I listen to Jordan Peterson?
We're building up our tolerance for the eventual gauntlet, because I mean, imagine that, dude. Imagine hours and hours and hours of having to sift through this guy's fucking bullshit. We've gotta desensitize ourselves at some point. So there you go.
That's gonna be the hardest gauntlet of all.
Yes, for sure. So that's it. That's what we got for you today. Thank you, everybody, for your patronage. And we will see you on Friday for a live 3-man episode of Deep Fat Fried. We'll all be there with bells on. And I think it's my live episode, too. So should be a lot of fun.
You're on deck.
I'm up on deck, man. I'm up at bat. So, yeah, hopefully that keeps your bellies full until then. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Have a good one.